Welcome back, everybody.
We're
Ghetto
live. All
Rig
right, cool.
Hello,
Podcast,
hello.
episode number 7. We got a couple of people in the house. We're getting a couple of more, and we should be going live. Got some topics for all of you. Anyway, got working on intros and whatnot. Chat. Make sure you chat trolls are there. We
The
love you. Keep posting what you got to do. And by the way, they made me wear something nice today because apparently we got to take pictures. I didn't wear
Yes.
black because it makes me look skinnier because he still doesn't.
it does.
Anyway, so that's what we got today. So start with that end.
Cool.
Me? Hi, my name's Emily. I am 20. I am a makeup artist and I have a few businesses.
Just wanted to show love to our Peruanito. Loving life. Hashtag, bro. Hashtag.
Yeah, always gotta say
loving
love and life.
Hi,
Why is this quality like this? Is it my TV?
What you doing, bro?
So,
Anyway, so Jay, your favorite troll, in a house, and then we got our co-host Eddie.
what's up? My name's Eddie. I'm your host here as well. Sorry, just trying to figure out the chat here so we can view the live chat as well.
Yeah, we're monitoring the chat. We're doing the thing.
There, look how much better that looks.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. Look at that.
Look at that. We look like human
All right,
beings.
so we got a
now.
couple of big things, some announcements for you guys. You're gonna get a couple of new
So
mics.
I have a little thing about you guys. I want
Yeah,
to
go ahead.
talk to you about that Miggy mentioned, but I saw an article about it today. Do you guys know what happened with Alec Baldwin? You guys hear
Before
about?
we go there, so I wanted to kind of let people know we got a couple of new mics gonna come in, at least one new
Oh
lighting.
yes. We're gonna have a little bit
So
of some
slowly we're
additional equipment. Yes.
upgrading the setup, and then we're probably gonna change the location where we can
Hopefully, at
bring
one
you
point.
a better videos and whatnot.
Next week we might try a new location so we can see if
with
that
a
works out a
higher,
little better.
higher
But
upload rates and whatnot. So
yeah, we might be streaming at 4K next week. Hopefully.
all right. What are you doing? Grabbing a drink as usual. All right, he's got his
I had to
drink.
get ready, bro. It's a little bit of a stressful day. You know,
Yeah.
a little rum to top it
So what
off.
happened?
No, just setting this shit up, bro. I couldn't find the cable for the Behringer box, so like I was like, damn.
That took a minute, right?
No, not that. I was like, damn. That one cable fucks the whole thing. You know what is a podcast with no
We're gonna be
microphones?
fucking doing dumbass TikTok
Yeah, what-
dances because there's nothing else.
Hey, what are we gonna do? Use the the fucking the microphone on the webcam? Just a piece of shit. I don't know. Like I was freaking out. You know, what are we gonna do? But it's all right. We figured it out.
Learning it.
Mickey had took it home and left a different cable here. Is all it was.
So one more thing, don't be a duck. Subscribe, like the video, hit the notification button.
follow
so
the
it can-
Instagram account as well.
Follow
Yes,
the Instagram
yes.
as
clips
well.
We got a new Instagram account.
Where you
up.
get all the updates, what time we're coming on. We're gonna try to figure this YouTube thing out. Where we're gonna get you a little more
Yeah, we're still
data
figuring
as far as
stuff
when
out.
we're
So.
coming on, and if we're gonna be late or on time, so on and so forth. Right? So don't be a duck. Follow the damn video. And our Miggy behind the camera. Show him your face, bro.
Yeah, shout out Miggy. Miggy's on lack of a microphone today, so I have a little bit of an extra person today, but that's all right. He's still here, still doing his thing. Without Miggy, we wouldn't be shit.
All right, bro. What was that, Alec?
Oh,
Baldwin
so
thing?
you guys know who Alec Baldwin is?
No, I have no idea what's
You have
going
no
on.
idea?
Neither do I.
Okay, so he's a pretty good actor actually.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
in
yeah.
damn, it's tip of my
There's been
tongue.
a bunch of movies lately. He hasn't been doing much, but
Yeah, he hasn't been doing too much lately. He's in Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice,
Right.
yeah.
He's in Beetlejuice. That's a good old classic movie he's in, but he's in a bunch of other good films too. But anyways, he was on the set of a new film called Rust. I don't know what it's about. I think it's an old western. I'm just assuming though. I really don't know. Anyways, apparently they were shooting a scene, and Alec Baldwin was sorry. I think I'm incorrect. They weren't shooting a scene. He was practicing before a scene,
Yeah.
right? Just kind of practicing his lines and his movement and stuff. And apparently the prop person provided him with a gun that was loaded with not blanks, real bullets.
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
And Alec Baldwin accidentally shot and killed somebody that day.
Oh shit!
Rest in peace to that producer. And today I saw the news that he was officially convicted of involuntary manslaughter.
Yeah.
So straight up, exactly what it sounds like. He killed somebody involuntarily, but he was still charged with that. I'm not sure exactly what those charges.
Was the person who gave him the like incorrect gun like was they that person
No,
charged with
because
anything?
no, once you take a weapon in your hands, it is solely your
Yeah,
responsibility to figure out whether the gun is loaded or not. They
But I mean, it was
even
supposed to be loaded, but with well,
exactly.
I
it
It's
don't know.
doesn't
supposed to
matter.
be, but that's your responsibility when you take that gun from that person. Now, is whoever's the like whoever is in charge of that of props, is that really the person to blame? Yes, in a sense, because they accidentally confused blanks with real bullets, which
Well,
was
first of all, why they had real bullets
well, it's
on
because
a
they
set to
yeah, for
begin
no,
real.
with?
they use real bullets on set to for certain scenes. Sometimes actors shoot real fucking bullets at certain things. Believe it or not, it's not always blanks, and they have to. It's just better that way. If they can do something the real way versus having to pay somebody like or do it on
Like
digitally.
little like explosions to make up
Exactly. I mean they still do the explosion because when you shoot a blank, it still has the muzzle flash. But for example, the hole, everything, the damage that the bullet does to whatever
Yeah,
you're
they're
shooting,
just shooting at an item.
exactly, especially if it's up close or something. I think sometimes they still use real bullets. Not sometimes. I know they do, and they got somehow confused, which is really bad
That's crazy.
confusion.
That's a really bad
Now,
mistake.
like Jay said though, when it comes to the law of it though, yeah, it's about when you take a gun in your hands, it's your responsibility from there on
of it.
out.
100%. Yeah,
to
you should
know-
have checked that and make
Yeah.
sure.
Also, he shouldn't. And anyways, like with guns, man, I get if you're different when you're in a movie, but like, we think like you never point at somebody. The gun could be just a handle, no
Yeah, but if
slider,
you're in the
no
movie, you
slider, no
have no other
magazine.
choice.
When
You
we
have
know
to
the
aim
habit
it.
of do not point at anybody.
I was watching a.
kinda
I was
hard, though,
watching a
for him.
podcast. I was watching Destiny's podcast, and he was like, talking about on a college campus. Anyway, I don't remember the exact topic, but I think it had to do with weapons and whatnot. And he had this retired military guy that came on. Besides all the stuff that he was saying, the one thing that I thought he said was that made a whole lot of sense is is um, is that why don't you take these people that are like retiring from the military? Why don't you take them and have them coach or teach other people how to shoot? Like give them a purpose.
Yeah, we talked about this the other day. I think.
Yeah,
it was.
give them a purpose because they get out of the military and they're used to this. Go do this, go do that, and then they just kind of release them in a world and pretty much say, okay, well, figure it out now.
A lot of
So
veterans.
a lot of them, end up like
A lot of
having
veterans talk
issues.
about how they say, it's the military does a really good job at preparing you for war, but does like zero job at preparing you to like go back into society.
Yeah.
Which is a really big
So
change for those
if
people.
you're gonna do that, employ these people. I mean,
Yeah,
they're
it'd be a
printing
good-
money like crazy. Might as well, employ these people. Give them a
Who the hell is
purpose.
Easy?
Let them
Easy Wind.
teach normal people how to properly handle a weapon. I don't know. This is just me, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. Anyway, so what you got from last week?
So we
Or
didn't get to
last
talk
show.
about. We ran out of time, and I wanted to talk about what you guys thought about. I put exotic diets, but what I really mean is like how we've seen like people like Liver King and some other people come forward about it's really good to not eat non-processed foods, eat raw things necessarily, or ancestral way of living, stuff like that. Like this guy doesn't fucking shower. That's just insane. It's funny. I seen it on podcasts. They're like, yeah, he comes on and great guy, but
Smells
dude,
like shit.
he reeks. I was like, damn, man, that's not a good look to leave around
well,
or smell.
with those diets, I mean, does it work? Yes. Do I have friends that have done the keto, paleo, this and that, and the other, blah blah blah? They've done it. Does it work? Yeah, it works. But the bottom line is, there was a dude that ate fucking Twinkies. That's what it was his diet. But he made sure to eat the Twinkies within his calorie requirement, and then he went into a deficit of eating just Twinkies. So
You
I
can
mean,
still lose weight.
yeah,
That's
he
what
lost
people don't
weight. That's that.
understand.
Yeah, he lost weight by eating just Twinkies, right? I don't promote eating Twinkies. It's probably the worst freaking thing you can do for your body
Yeah,
and
because
your
you'll
health.
lose weight, but you're still not going to be necessarily
Healthy, exactly.
But this is literally an argument that I had with my mom yesterday. She believes like to lose weight you have to cut out this and you have to cut out that, and I'm like, technically no, you can still eat whatever you want as long as you're in a caloric deficit. Like
Yeah,
for the most part, you can literally eat McDonald's every single day. Like all you eat is McDonald's. As long as you're staying under your calories, you will still lose weight. Of course, you're not gonna be super healthy, like
yeah,
blood
for
work
sure.
wise and fat percentage wise, but you're still gonna lose the weight.
Yeah,
Mickey,
I
can you
I think exercise. Like going to the gym at the very least, doing some sort of an exercise, strength training. Where you increase your
Mhm.
body muscle, because then you're gonna use a lot more energy. Um, Hey, they're saying that the
Yeah,
sound is
that's what
pretty low.
Eddie's trying to figure
Okay, you're
out.
fixing it right now. Um, but yeah, so I've done there was this one. It's called Dukan diet, right? Like it's intermittently that you're eating only meat, and then you're switching to eating like salads and stuff salads and stuff like that. So I don't know, man. It works. Yeah, it works, but there's no need. Just go to calorie deficit. Because back in the days, if you think about it, back in the days, our bodies, like back agricultural revolution happened 11,000 years ago, right? So back in the days, um, they didn't. They went days without eating,
Mhm.
right? Like that's why a lot of people are talking about this intermittent fasting, this and that. Yeah, does that work? Yes, it works. But why go through all that if you can just
Yeah.
consume smaller portions, less calories? Um, you know,
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of people that intermediate fasting does work for them. I actually tried it myself, and I just can't do it. It's like a mental thing when I tell myself like, oh, I can't eat till like such time. I just get so hungry, and like I feel like I
yeah,
have to eat, and it's a mental thing. Because if I wouldn't have been thinking, oh, I'm intermittent fasting, I could have probably gone till that long without eating. But now that it's like a I can't eat, it's like I don't know. I just get more hungry. It's weird.
yeah. They're saying it's better. Do you need it more up, guys? Do we need to bump it up a bit more or no? But see, my thing is,
He said, Jay, what about just eating tacos?
I know you. These are the trolls from jujitsu. What about tacos, man? Tacos are good, but I still don't think tacos are the best food anyway. Tacos are good, but I think Asian food's got it. I'm sorry, Asian food is where it's at.
Sushi.
Yeah, well, not even that like Thai food or
Just
Vietnamese
any,
food. Like
yeah.
you can't take a taco and tell me taco is better than Asian food. Anyway, but so my thing is my battle is like because I'll finish training really late and then
go
I'll
ahead and
get
bump it
home and I'll eat
in
something and then you
OBS
go
a
to
little bit?
sleep and it's terrible for you. So I've been battling with that, trying to figure out what's the proper how should I manage that. But
She
Your
said
computer
it's slow on
sucks,
her
then.
computer, but
You
it's
need a
good
new
on her
computer,
phone.
Natalie. We already know that.
all right, so what you got next? What you got?
Oh, so we talked about Alec Baldwin, right? You guys were talking about the diets,
The
right?
diets, yeah.
I didn't hear what y'all had to say, man. I'm sorry. What y'all think about eating like that?
It's just eat the calorie deficit. Bottom line,
No, but
calorie
he's saying
deficit.
like the extreme diet, like Liver King, and
But I mean, from what I've seen, it seems to be beneficial to eat healthy in a sense, not necessarily fucking eat Twinkies, bro. Like
well, yeah, of course, in general, it's
that's
good
all
for
I
you,
heard. That's all I
but
heard, right? So that's what I'm thinking. So, but like non-processed foods, do you think would it be important to switch to non-processed foods?
I think
mean,
it
we
would
talk
be
about
really hard to do it completely, but will it be good? Yeah.
we
All
talk
the
about
com-
how much better the food is when we go to DR and all these countries that have less processed things
And most of us come back. We eat there like pigs, and most of us come back and lose weight.
and lose weight.
And lose weight.
Yeah.
Why? Because like the food is much better there, and then you don't eat as much because you're running around and doing things. You know what I mean? Like
No, I
you're
eat more
constantly
than
moving
I
around.
eat here, but
I
I
be
still
eating.
get back either way the same,
Yeah?
but less.
I be
think
eating,
it's a
bro.
mixture of the whole like moving around so much, like we're up till late at the club dancing, like
Yeah.
we're doing activities, going on excursions. So I think that helps as well. But honestly, whenever I'm on vacation, I eat way more than what I eat when I'm at home. So Jay eats Twinkies all the time at the gym. That must be somebody from your
Yeah,
thing
they're
too.
trolls. I told them, I said, listen, trolling is 100% encouraged. So
Yes.
guys, don't hold back.
Talk all the shit you want.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah. Oh, by the way, you had a good topic about anime, which I know absolutely nothing about.
Oh, right. I want to talk about how anime took over the world. I had a buddy of mine suggest that, and I thought it was a really good topic. It's crazy how our generation grew up watching it. I mean, you're a little bit older than, not a little bit, you're a lot older than me, so you didn't really watch probably too many cartoons.
No, I mean we had cartoons.
But
That's what I
like, did
grew
you
up
watch
on
Dragon
watching.
Ball?
No, I never got into that.
No?
I never got into that because that was like way past my time. Because when you guys were like 10, 11, I was already, at that time, I was like 20, 22.
But I mean, Dragon Ball's old, man.
I
Dragon
never really
Ball's
watched it.
old. Like, for example, the first Dragon Ball series goes like the original Dragon Ball, and it was before it's called Dragon Ball Z and stuff. Let's see.
Easy wind, I know who you are. Uh, but anyway, so
It goes 1984.
No
Started.
shit.
It
Yeah, no,
started.
I
You never
watched
watched
it?
that? I mean, you also came to the U.S. when you were a little older, right?
Yeah, I was 18 when I came to the US.
Yeah, and
so-
maybe those kind of things weren't being played where you
No,
about
no,
in
no.
where
We
you
didn't
grew
have
up in
that.
Lithuania. You're Armenian.
Well, I'm Armenian, but then I grew up in Lithuania. So yeah, so we didn't
Wait,
have
so
that
was
over
the
there.
first ever anime you said?
No. That's not the first ever anime, but as the one of the oldest
So let me
animes that
ask you
everybody
this.
resonates with.
I know
Because
there's
like
this.
even me, that I'm really young, I know Dragon Ball and I watched Dragon Ball. I played the Dragon Ball games, and
Yeah,
then
I
somebody
know
that's
people
like,
watch it.
then somebody that's like your brother's age, that's close to how old?
31, 32?
He's 10 years older than me, and he still knows the same shit because it's stretched from that long. It went from 1984, and they're still making new stuff now.
He used to, I don't know if he's watching, he told me he was going to watch, but he used to draw the Dragon Ball characters and sell them the drawings at school.
Who's that?
That's a hustle, bro.
Oh, that's cool.
That's a natural
So
born
Let
hustler.
me ask you this, all right? So there's this constant battle between Dragon Ball Z and Naruto.
Okay.
Which one is it?
Okay, so there's something. Okay. No, fuck One Piece. That shit's just this.
Miki
like,
just said One Piece. So we're adding a third one in there?
See, I never watched One Piece, and every time I tell someone I'm thinking about watching it, they tell me it's not worth it.
All right, well.
And then, but you tell someone the same thing about Naruto and Dragon Ball, it's not the same. Okay, Dragon Ball is weird because Dragon Ball doesn't continue the same story over a long time. Like, yes, the series have stories and seasons that it's about a villain or whatever, and this and that. Naruto kind of like stretches out, and it's like it's always about like this one like kind of like storyline in a sense, and not that Dragon Ball doesn't have that, but it's different. And Naruto, I grew to know Naruto when I was older, probably really in middle school and high school was when I grew to know Naruto. I knew Dragon Ball since I was a jit playing it on PlayStation 2. If you played Dragon Ball Z, Budokai Tenkaichi 2, you're an OG. 3, you played 3. I played 2. Over and over. Rodolfo will know about that one. Rodolfo, actually, we need to wait for Rodolfo for this conversation because he's one of the reasons
He's
I know.
one?
Yeah, he loves Dragon Ball too and
Well,
Naruto. He's watched them all. He's a big anime
Let me
fan.
switch then because I know Netflix started putting out a lot more.
We're talking about anime. I need you. We need a school J.
All right, just introduce
What's up,
yourself.
motherfuckers? I'm back.
Introduce-
Dímelo, ¿cómo está? ¿Todo bien?
All right.
Yeah, gray hair, man.
Go ahead.
Just kidding.
Naruto or Dragon Ball Z?
Dragon Ball.
Ooh, so I grew up with Dragon Ball. So Dragon Ball is always going to be my favorite. I don't know why. But if you're talking about like storyline and like the meaning to the show,
Naruto.
I'm going to go with Naruto.
I was
Yeah.
explaining to him now that Naruto has a longer period storyline. Like it's always like Naruto and Shippuden were basically about the same thing, in a sense. And they were always like fighting the same thing, and it's always the same
yeah.
storyline. You know, Naruto going for Sasuke, and then they're trying to save the world at the same time. Blah blah. But Dragon Ball like splits a lot. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
you got when he's fighting Vegeta in the beginning, and what's his fucking name?
Who? He fighting
Not
who?
Frieza, but when Vegeta came with Vegeta came with his cousin. What's his cousin name?
Nappa?
Yeah,
No.
both
You're talking
lost.
about No. Nappa came with Vegeta the first time.
Yes,
You're
Nappa. I'm talking about Nappa,
Raditz.
but Raditz as well.
Yes.
Like you have all these different
Yeah.
villains and stuff. Some of them become good. Some of them stay bad. They come back. This and that. Da da da. Yeah, you guys have no idea what we're talking about, but that's why I do believe Naruto is a better anime. I am a
Yes.
Dragon Ball OG because that's what I grew up watching and playing. But I think Naruto is a better anime.
So I have this. So you know how Netflix is now putting out a lot more anime. Like they're creating their own anime. They went in as far as even create what was that?
They did adaptations.
Yeah, they did adaptations.
Well,
of
Witcher's actually an adaptation of a video game.
Yeah. So
But then you seen the one Death Note.
Death Note, they have that.
That's an adaptation of an anime, a live action adaptation of an anime.
So
Full Metal Alchemist. That was another one that Netflix did.
yeah, Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist
and
was
then
another one
there's
that Netflix did.
And then there's
Haven't
what's
seen
that
that.
little kid?
But it's
one?
an anime.
Little kid one with the arrow in his head.
Avatar.
But
That
that's not an anime.
That's
I
not.
think
No.
it's just a
More of
cartoon.
like a cartoon.
That's a
yeah.
cartoon, yeah.
Okay.
Anime is described by a specific Japanese style of cartoon,
Yeah.
but it's a specific style, and it's
Of drawing, you mean?
Now,
Not only
of
drawing,
of storyline and drawing in a sense, but it also basically to be an anime you have to originate out of Japan in a sense, but not really.
What about that
Not
one?
anymore.
what
Not
about
anymore. It used to be like that.
What about that one? The
Baki, yeah. See, like that's another one Netflix made, didn't
I
it?
just started. I don't know if they made it, but I've been like threw it on to like kind of watch. I haven't been able to like get into it all the way, but it's okay so far from what
So
I've
all
seen.
right, so
There
I
are
got
some.
this.
There
I-
are some really good ones. The
I got
best
this
thing
thing.
about anime is like some of the visuals that they can do.
You know how Netflix was putting out a bunch of shows and then movies that were like making all this stuff, and then they suddenly switched to anime. Why do you think is that? I have my own little.
Because it's taken over.
Is it taking over?
Yes, it has because of the way anime is. I did research. I did a little research on this. One of the reasons they say anime has taken over the Western world is just because of how good it is.
Is it taking over or is it cheaper to make? So Netflix is saying, you know, F this, I'm not gonna pay these actors because they're putting out a lot less original movie and
it could
show
be a part
content.
of both. It could be
Bro.
part of both.
Believe it or not, that shit is still really expensive.
Julian is there.
Close the door, Julian, please. The way he looked at me, he was like, I'll do it. Don't rush me.
Hey, have you ever watched any animes at all?
I mean, I've watched it, but see, this is how I watch. When I say I watch, right? I don't really watch it. I usually will be doing something,
Background
and that's
noise.
playing in the
Background,
background. Yeah, so I don't really
I
necessarily.
have a
watch
good
or
one.
get in the
I have a
story.
really, 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 really good one that's short. That is almost so short, you're going to be like, fuck, I wish it was longer. Demon Slayer. It's
Demon
so
Slayer's
short,
fire.
and it's really, really good.
I
and it's
like-
still going.
I like Vinland too. That's a literally like a one season, like 10 episodes.
I haven't
think.
watched that.
That's pretty good. Sword Art Online is pretty good.
Yeah, but
That
then you
one's
got
fire.
multiple like branches of that shit.
Yeah,
you
the
got a
Sword
second
Art Online
season.
is a little
Peruano
longer.
said Power Rangers.
Power Rangers.
Yeah, I tried watching Naruto with Eddie, and I just couldn't get into it.
You know what I would? What
It
was?
was interesting, but like at
Start
the
with
same
Shippuden.
time, I just couldn't.
It sucks, but start with Shippuden.
Yes, if you
'Cause-
start with the better shit, you're gonna be like, "Ooh, what was that? And what was
Yeah.
that? And what was that?" And then you go back, and then it's a little more interesting.
I
For me-
mean, go
For
ahead.
me, was the Transformers like as a cartoon?
Oh
Or,
yeah,
like,
for I heard,
watching
for
that
I've heard that
Transformers
a
was-
lot from a lot of older people that
For me, it's
Transformers was one of the
SpongeBob.
good.
Checked your animation versus a movie.
Animation versus movie fact checked.
Time and requires illustrators and stuff like that.
It
But
takes more time.
ultimately comes down if there's CGI or not. If there's CGI, it could be more for the film, but in general, anime is more expensive.
All right, so this
Anime
is
is more expensive to make in general.
fact check.
Time consuming.
Fact check. What
And
is it?
time
Is it
consuming.
because it's CGI? That's why it's time consuming.
Yes.
Okay, so
that's
if-
what I was gonna say. I don't. That's why when you said, "Oh, is it cheaper to make?" That's why I said I don't know about that because visuals take a lot of time to make well.
But
But they're doing them fucking good, bro.
Isn't
you
Naruto,
should watch Seven Deadly
doesn't
Sins. That was a
Naruto
good
not
one.
have a bunch of visuals? It's more just animators that are drawing everything.
It's not drawing anymore. They're doing this on, like they draw to create characters. Yes, when they're trying to make an initial design or something like that, or initial design of a building. Yeah,
Well,
they probably
nobody
draw it
sit
out.
there and fucking run and
Exactly, like back
you know what I
before,
mean? Like
yeah.
back and forth.
Now it's all done.
Yeah, but just the book.
Black Bullet is fire. Oh, Angel loves he loves hentai and anime. So, do you guys need suggestions for the other one too?
Yeah, I don't know. Anime is cool to me.
I love
watch
anime.
it,
I think
yeah.
it's
I
I think
definitely
it's a
watch
really
it.
cool part of that culture to spread around the world.
All right, let's spice
We
it
all
up
love
a little bit,
Japanese
or you
shit.
want to continue with your stuff?
Go ahead, man.
All right, let's spice it up. One thing that irks you the most, like whether it's in life, whether it's in a relationship, or you can go both.
Damn.
Doesn't matter.
See, I don't know because
Damn,
I
that's-
try not
that's
to let
tough to,
things
like,
get the
have
best of
one.
me. So I usually really like. I
I'm
don't
the
know, I
same
feel like I'm
way.
easygoing.
Like I'm trying to think of stuff, and the moment I think of it, I'm like, well, then I'm just like that's a complex that I have about that, or this or that. You know what I mean? It's kind of
Something
hard.
that absolutely bothers you when that happens. You
Bad
like,
excuses.
Oh my god! Like I can't do
So
this.
so one thing that bothers me is at work when people have their power trips, like your supervisors and shit like that. When they feel some type of way towards you and they go on like a little power trip and try to make you do everything under their authority, that shit can be annoying.
You know, I think it's really bad as a manager if you ever get that feeling at all of where I need to like talk to them like they're a child or talk to them like they're my kid or like my brother or something like that. No, bro. You're talking to somebody that's your employer or also an employee of whatever business you're working for. You just because you get paid more, yeah, you have more authority. You have the right to go and say this. I need to tell you, yeah, you need to do this. You should be doing your job like that.
Somebody gonna give 10 gifted subs if you smack him.
You can smack me in my face.
I want to see
the.
the.
If you do 10 gifted
Angel,
subs,
I want to see those subs.
So that means Angel's gonna send me $50 if Emily smacks me.
Why is he sending you $50? He's gonna send the channel.
Well,
$50.
I don't have sub. We don't have
Sword
subs
Art
set
Best
up.
Show and-
But subs are usually around $5 a month. So 10 gifted subs would be about $50.
All right, Angel, I'm gonna hold you to it. When we do set it up.
Let's wait for his response.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, so power trip. See, that's the thing, because I've managed about from somewhere between 70 to 100 to
That's
100.
fine. Yes. Okay.
How hard do I gotta smack you?
Well, obviously, he's gonna want it
how
hard.
hard?
Like, I mean, it's not gonna
With
work.
force.
With
Go fine. Go fine. I used to.
God, no,
I used to
can't.
box. I can take it.
Go, he take it. That's not hard. That is not hard.
So you want to get smacked again?
But the thing is that you're doing this.
He loves it. That's how he likes it.
Oh shit! All right.
I still think it wasn't hard enough.
I know. One more just for good luck.
Nah. That one was hard enough. That one stung. That one stung.
That man is broke.
Yeah. I'm gonna hold him to it.
So I've managed about.
Yeah, you're paying for the first month of the new mic.
I've managed about from somewhere between 70 to about 150 people, different locations. And the easiest way I found to get somebody to do something, when you tell people to do something, I automatically don't want to do it, and they're going to think you're power tripping, right? So you kind of have to put it in a perspective why they should do it, right? And kind of explain people, because people are not idiots. When you explain to people, hey, listen, this is the reason. This is the reason why you need to be doing this, and these are the things that are going to happen if you don't do it, or these are the things that are gonna happen that you do it. You just kind of at that point they're like, okay, well, he's treating me like a human. He's not treating me like a fucking child.
Yeah, if you know how to just come to somebody and be like, hey, this needs to get done.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna do it. This will happen. If you do it, then this happens.
And you know what?
This is why you should be doing it. Go do
You
it.
can lie, that will work, but that will work only for a certain amount of time. But the truth will set you free.
It's
you
funny.
tell people the truth no matter how much it hurts, but they're like, this is the truth.
It's
like,
funny. My shut up, Angel. Single income again. She's trying to call out Calvin. My friend Angel the other day told me how he's a manager. I won't say where, but he manages somewhere wherever he works for retail. And he said he fired somebody the other day because he gave him a list of tasks at the beginning of the day, and from like an hour away from closing, he said something like that. He went to him and asked, "Hey, what'd you get done?" Nothing.
yeah, well,
Nothing.
bruh.
Not even the first thing on the list. And so Angel was like, "I'm done," and he fired the motherfucker.
Nah, when
Yeah,
I've
no,
been in-
that's normal. Like that. I mean, now here's the thing: if they were super busy throughout the day and didn't have time to breathe or take a break or things like that, like feel like a human,
Maybe.
then Angel is wrong for doing that.
Yeah.
But if they were just chilling, doing nothing all day,
I think
like,
this is also not.
dicking
This
around,
isn't the
then-
first offense he said. So it's also multiple things. I think.
Okay,
yeah,
well,
like
then
it-
in that case, then yeah.
Guys, look at what Shayla sent me. She said,
Angel, I will be putting my
asking
phone
for
number.
your cousin. She's watching the.
Yeah, that's what I'm
podcast.
talking about. Supporting us while in the gym. Don't be a duck. Subscribe, like the damn video, right? Get us up there. We're trying to get you more microphones up here. We're trying to get more cameras. We're trying to get more lights for you guys. And we're not even monetized yet. Subscribe, share this shit so more people can watch us, right? So we can go live more often. And then hit that notification button so you can see us. Come on. But
Angel, I didn't get slapped for free. My Zelle is in the chat, in the Discord, so you can pay for our microphone.
What's your ick? Tell me.
What's
my-
your ick? Yeah.
No, would you go
What's
with
your ick then, baby?
No, I have to think about this. We got off topic and I stopped thinking about it. You go first.
Oh, you stopped thinking about it?
Yeah.
What else?
What's
is
your
new?
ick, man?
I started
my-
thinking about smacking him.
My ick is when you'll say something, and people know that you're absolutely 100% correct in what you're saying. However, they like to be a contrarian and continue to argue. That's what drives me nuts. Like you'll tell this is true, this is a fact, like take it or leave it. Well, no, that's just your opinion. No, it's not my opinion, it's a fact. And then they'll look it up, they'll see that it is a fact, and they still continue to argue. Like to me, that drives me insane. It's like, why are you even arguing? You know you're wrong. I don't even want you to say that you're wrong. Just stop
man.
arguing.
You know what I have a big pet peeve of? And I'm gonna piss off a lot of people, man.
What is it?
People with faith.
Bruh. Don't even get me started on this shit.
What?
Yeah, because me and you
Why
have talked
is-
about it.
why
It's
is that
not
a pet
people with
peeve,
faith.
though?
It's not.
No, it's not a pet peeve, but it's just
You said
like
with faith?
it's an annoyance, man. Like
Not fate. I don't want to say fate. I want to say spirituality.
Okay,
I
Bro,
guess.
that
I guess
drives
if that's
me
what you want to
nuts.
put.
Let's rephrase
I'm
that. I
I'm
don't
saying.
think it's the fact that they have
What
it that
sign are
bothers
you,
it's
Eddie?
the fact
No,
that they
it's
try and
kidding.
convince
That's
you
what
that
I-
Yes.
bothers you.
Yes, that's it.
What bothers you is when they try and convince you and like they try and like
Yeah, they try to
put
push
it
their
down your throat,
ideas on
like,
you. Yeah.
The fact that they believe or the fact that whatever shouldn't be what bothers you. Like what bothers you is the fact that they're trying to like make you agree and like push it
See,
on
this
you.
is my thing. I'm a big person that I strive for. You know, it sounds weird, but I strive for love, growth, and humanity and stuff like that. I think that's a big part, right? And without King. With
No,
what?
no, cuidado. This is Ghetto
go
Rick
ahead.
podcast.
How about you
we say,
stay where
we
you
say
are?
the way we think.
Dale, dale. Go.
Ignorance can only go so far, man.
No, see, here's my thing. Like for example, let's take this astrology or freaking crystals or things like that. You know, a lot of girls believe in this dumb shit.
Yeah, it's
that
not
makes
only girls,
no
bro.
sense.
It's not only girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you know, a girl, you'll meet a girl and they'll be like, well, "What's your star sign?" I'll be like, "Guess," and then they'll be like, "I don't know, like Vegetarius," and I'll be like, "You got it. That's it." Even though I'm not, oh, you're giving this vibes. That
Yeah,
means
I don't like that crap
absolutely, bro.
either.
That's so stupid.
I
That
love
thing is
the
so
videos.
I've
retarded.
met people that are like, "Oh, what's your sign?" And I'll tell them, and they're like, "Ooh, yeah, I can't fuck with you." And I'm
Nah.
like,
Yeah,
What?
I love the
What does that have to do
videos.
with
I love the
anything?
videos I see online where the girls ask that question to the guy and they'll sit there and be like, "Yeah, I'm a Pisces or whatever." And they'll be like, "Yeah, I know. You kind of act like that. I'm not fucking a Pisces." And then
yeah, I've
they
seen
flip
that.
the
That
script
at the
on
end
them.
of it, they're
I think
like,
that shit
"Oh,
is
funny.
hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that should be mad funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
You see, this is
or
what the fuck I'm talking about.
or another thing that kind of drives me nuts is like when people start talking about soulmates. Soulmates, to me, that's just crazy. Like, bunch of people believe in this thing as soulmates. And to me, the argument that I have, what about these little children that are in Africa that are dying because of, I don't know, XYZ genocide? What are their soulmates? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make
I
any
mean,
sense. It doesn't make sense.
I'm not gonna say like one soulmate, but I believe there are multiple people in the world that you could click with and get along with, and they could be your soulmate. But as to like one specific person in the whole
Yeah, that's
fucking
what some people
world,
think, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think that, but I mean,
Yeah, but then
feel
again,
free.
where are these
That's
children that
crazy.
are dying? What about people that are like handicapped? They cannot find a soulmate. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
What then?
out there are people for everyone, in a sense, you could say. Are you gonna find them through your life period? Maybe not, but in a way, there are people out in the world that you can click with. Will you meet them? That determines where life takes you. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I feel like it exists, but like at the same time, I don't know. Like there's people that go around and like throw it around though like nothing. Like you'll see somebody post and it's like, oh my god, I found my soulmate. A month later, they're with a completely different person, and it's like, what happened to your soulmate? Like you know what I mean? I feel like it's like used so much to the point where like people don't even
They're
know what
falling
the
in
fuck
love.
it means.
They're falling in love 5 times during the summer.
Yeah, and every single one
This
of them
is
is
the
their
one.
soulmate.
I mean, some
Yeah.
people grow old and die like alone. So I mean, some people
Huh?
don't find a soulmate, but
Yeah, I don't know. That's another thing that kind of bothers me. And actually, they did a study in England. They took a bunch of couples, right, according to their little zodiac sign, and then they just kind of follow them along. Meant absolutely nothing.
It means
zero.
Supposedly, me and Eddie's zodiac sign is not compatible whatsoever. Like we're the
it
one of the
means
worst.
it means absolutely nothing.
Absolutely zero.
Yeah,
So-
I don't believe it.
I don't know, man. It just makes no sense. And you know what I was thinking about the other day? So, you guys know what's a bottleneck effect?
Well,
what? A bottleneck effect?
I know what bottleneck effect is like in my computer. Like,
So it's it's exactly
you know,
exactly that.
One thing
Explain.
isn't good enough to, like, for example, your left leg runs faster than your right. So it's
You're strong as your weakest link.
exactly kind of thing. You're strong as your weakest link, or that's how we look at bottlenecks in computer at least. So, like, for example, you can have a really good graphics card, but just if your CPU's shit, it doesn't matter. Your CPU is gonna bottleneck the GPU. It's gonna bottleneck it,
run
meaning
at,
that
like,
it's
the best.
keeping it from its full potential.
So the bottleneck effect, Darwin actually discovered this in with the bottleneck effect on an island with birds, right? So what happens if they're on a secluded island and they don't leave this island and they continue to reprocreate? What happens? You get what's called incest, right? And when that happens, genetic malfunction happens in their bodies, and they start bottlenecking when they start dying off because they're genetically are born with genetic defects, basically, right? So that's called a bottleneck effect. So the other day I was sitting there and thinking about it. You know, if God created Earth and created Adam and Eve, and then He kicked them out of the heaven, right, for eating the damn apple, and then they had children that had wives that had kids and we reprocreated the entire Earth.
Yes,
How did
we're all
that thing
related.
work? Where did the other people come from? If they were the only ones that were created,
We're all related.
like,
We're
forget.
all primos.
Yeah, so forget that we were related, right? Like, how does bottleneck didn't work that way? Because we can see that, like, you know, the monarchs in France, right? Like, they kind of kept it all in a family. Like, son would marry the mom, the cousin would marry this and that. And there was a time in France where all these, like, kings and queens were coming out with, like, genetic defects, like straight up Down syndrome and all kinds of things. So if that's the case, how in the hell did that work with Adam and Eve? That make no sense.
I think it's bullshit, but
Make no sense. And then there's dinosaurs. You know what I mean? Where did dinosaurs come from?
This is my problem. You can talk to somebody who is very strongly religious, right? And you start telling them these things, and they go, "Well, I agree with you," and they say you, "I agree. Yeah, Adam and Eve wasn't true. That was just a story. You know, this and that." Then what makes you believe in the other parts?
Yeah.
Right? That, like, as simple as that. It's just because you want to, you feel like it.
Because, see, I feel like people complicate this because they won't take a simple answer. They're like, well, it can't be this simple. There has to be something sexier than that, right? So they come up with these ideas.
Well,
and then,
this is, I learned
well,
this.
we surely cannot be from
I learned
monkeys.
this-
I don't want to be from monkeys. So that means I came from God.
No. I learned
So what?
I learned this in
Kevin said
school.
we are monkeys.
We are monkeys, yeah. I learned this in school. Religion was created and used till this day for control.
Well, yeah, obviously.
To control.
Yeah,
Right?
obviously.
At first, it was used by all these great monarchs and stuff, especially back when all of it started, right? Before Christianity, even. When the first religions came around.
Before that, there was, you know, you had the Greeks, you had the different gods for everything. There was a
Exactly,
god of fire,
but
sun, whatever you want.
But the kings and the monarchs of those times would use those stories to control the people. Make sure you do this so the god of sun will not come and fuck you.
Yeah.
Basically, that was the story around all this. How religion started to control all these people. And then it turned into something more and more what they want to call realistic because they need them to continue to believe it. Now you have New Testament. What was wrong about the old one? Well, because there was a bunch of crazy shit in it.
No, well,
And they took it out and they were like, well,
the reason
hard to push that. It's hard to push that nowadays when we know what the real thing is.
because if you read the Old Testament versus the New Testament, the difference between Old Testament and New Testament, there are vast differences, but the majority of one of the biggest differences is the God back then.
I would love my father to join on this
Bro,
conversation.
God back then was a tyrant. Like, you did something wrong, he would smite you. Like, he would literally smite you, your entire family. Like, he was really, really, like, he was a disciplinarian, like a hardcore disciplinarian. And then they had to switch to New Testament because, like, well, now if you go to church and say Hail Mary 10 times, now you're absolved of your sins. You know what I mean? So that was an easier way. Like, okay, well, can't just enforce all of this.
I'm
You want
sitting
to
here.
take my
Come
spot?
sit here.
Yeah.
So
We're talking
the-
about. Oh yeah, we got one more person
Yes,
joining.
and this is funny because today I told him, "Hey, will you come talk?" You know, I think you would have
Go
some
ahead
good
and
opinions.
introduce yourself. We know you.
I'm Eddie Asensio, Eddie's father.
This is
And
my
we're
daddy.
here to,
We're
We're
gonna
talking
talk
about. We're talking about. It all started with being spiritual, this and that, the crystals and
Right.
zodiac, and then went into religion.
right now.
And I was
Currently,
saying,
we're talking about how religion started to control. You know, we all know that from history, world history. We all learned that in school.
yep, yeah, that's the way he was. I mean, we as humans, we realize that when you are capable to develop, let's say, a little bit more than others, and you start thinking, man, if this guy is scared of something, I can dominate it. You know, I can control it, and that's the way it started. So all of these stories in the Bible and a lot of other books, just that was the whole thing. Let's scare them so they
Control.
we can control them.
now, I agree 100%. I can't discount the book itself, right? Because it's a good set of rules. If you live by these rules, you're gonna be a good person if you live by the rules. But then they took that and made it into something completely different, you know, to scare the kids, to scare the grown-ups. But if you look at it like, don't steal. If you go steal, your neighbor's gonna come and smack you over your head. Don't sleep with your neighbor's wife, because if you do that, your neighbor is gonna come and kill you. You know, like these were like really, these rules were good for you to be a good human. But then they took this and like, well, wait a minute. If I impose these rules, that means I can start controlling people. If I can start controlling people, what can I do? I can extract money. How do I extract money? You know what? If you pay me X amount of money, I will pray to God for you.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be
Yeah.
absolved of your sins because I'm closer to God.
Yes.
You know, that.
Yeah.
So that.
That's very, yeah, just recently, one of these big pastors here in the evangelical, one of the leaders,
Yeah.
he said, and he got a big show on TV or something. He said that the reason why Jesus Christ have not come back to earth is because we are not given enough money
Huh.
to the church.
He said that.
He said that.
I didn't know that.
To his church.
That's
to
wild.
the church, but
Well, it's got to be his church, because I mean, United States church is
He's
business.
not going to talk
You
about
know-
the other guy.
And you know the churches in the Western world, and particularly in the United States, are crazy. I mean, you've been in a church in Dominican Republic. I've been in a church in Lithuania, in Armenia. They're not like this. These people are not swimming in money. They're barely scraping money for food.
Yes.
Church is completely different, where it's actually for you to go there and, you know, whatever you do, and it is what it is. You know, some people meditate, you go there, pray. I have no problem with that. But when you take that and you weaponize it, when your pastor is driving a better car than you are, then either one of us can come up there and then.
Just about a year ago, he was criticizing because he was asking the church to pay for a $63 million airplane.
Mm-hmm.
He already had two.
Ah,
But this new
So now I need three.
He needs the
G550,
new
whatever
model. He
it
needs a
is,
new model.
and he said,
Yeah, I need the new
Listen
model.
to this. He said that as high as he fly,
the closer to God.
Ah,
Oh
he
my
said
God.
My
that
man.
to his people.
And people believe that.
Yes, yes.
And you know which one is also driving me nuts? I'm sure you all seen the videos where they're like come in and they touch him and they start saying like shabba, 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 things like that. That drives me nuts. And
Yeah,
these people,
yeah.
they're talking in tongues. That me, it's just like,
Yeah, it's crazy.
to me, is where is God when all these children are dying in Africa from hunger? Where is God when all these children are being massacred in I don't know, in South Asia?
Yeah.
Where is God when where Korea is literally killing his own people?
Everywhere, all over the world.
Where was
That's-
God
that
where they were
was,
killing the little girls in China?
That was is one of my personal, and my son knows because I talked to him about. All my life I was going to church. I was religious person, you know, because my mother.
Talk about your
was
mother
a saint,
was, yeah.
and my father was. My grandpa was one of the founders of the evangelical church in DR. So we are religious family. So all of my life I was very religious. Until I was praying every night asking God to give me more faith because I was having some
Doubts.
Yeah.
So when this earthquake happens in Haiti, that kills, I think it was like 250,000 people, or uh, millions of people that were injured, and then I said, man, this cannot be happening. How? Because you cannot judge if the existence of God because of you. You cannot do that because we all consider ourselves a very lucky people. We have everything we need and more. But what about that? Africa, all over Asia, a lot of all the countries, Haiti, the poorest country on the entire continent, and an earthquake killed over 250,000 people, just like that. So it reminds me. Recently, I saw this Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil
guy.
deGrasse Tyson. He's so
Somebody said,
smart.
God be busy.
Oh yeah,
doing other
me,
stuff.
me, him, and Arthur were
I
watching him for
said-
like an hour straight,
He
just
was
crazy
asked
stuff.
The same question about God, and he said, "Well, let me tell you something. As much as I know about universe and the existence of this and that, more doubts I have, you know." And he put the same example I told you about Haiti, and he said, maybe God, if it exists, is not as powerful as we think, and is not as good as we think.
That's true.
Because you just put the example in Africa, thousands of children die daily, not daily, because of hunger or no water or things like war.
Yeah.
A lot of these.
I mean, look at
countries-
Ukraine.
Over 54 countries in Africa, in the continent, and you have half or more in war and guerrillas and dictatorships. You know, killing people just because they don't think the same way the leaders think.
Mhm.
So when you talk about religion, and it's a lot to talk about that and a lot of controversy, but if you think rational, I mean like
Rational.
I'm sorry. Thank you. Sorry about my English, guys. The Bible is the most stupid book that you can read.
Thank you.
It's full of stupidity.
It is.
Nonsense.
Well, it is, but I still do think that they have rules that if you follow, you could be a good person.
Oh no.
Yes.
Hold on. And that is the only good thing about religion is that the people that really are convinced about the existence of God and follow the rules, they are good people. The people that really think and are convinced,
Yeah.
they're good people because they are afraid of something and they behave. Okay,
Yeah.
but if you take a look at the history, religion is the cause of the
Most wars.
massacres as
Yeah.
human beings. I mean, I kill you because you don't think like me. I kill you because I need your gold for the church or for the king.
Yeah.
This in world history, we talk about the spread of religion and how it was literally like, we're not gonna go over here and teach. No, we're going over here to take over,
Yeah.
to spread our ideology, not to
And the
teach
same
it.
thing will happen
No,
with-
we're gonna go
with
kill
the-
them and just
Whoever
take their
don't
land.
listen, nigga,
Yeah,
bye, nigga.
gone.
Off with their head.
They got here in what is today the Caribbean, and they just annihilate everybody in the name of religion. And there is proven facts that this priest from Spain, they came, you don't believe in God, you're not going to believe in God, you're not going to be a Christian, and then you're dead. And they burn it alive to set some example for others.
I mean,
Well, Saddam.
the
not
biggest,
Saddam,
most
but-
famous genocide of all time, the Holocaust, religion.
No, I think
It was
you
not
know,
Juden,
was-
Jewish. That's not
No, no,
religion
no,
we're talking
no,
about.
That guy was doing it because of the
But that was not
race.
religion.
That
Well,
was more
that
race
was
related.
well, it was against a certain race, but Jewish. Isn't that a religion?
No, he
No.
killed everyone. It wasn't.
He killed
just
everyone.
that.
Yes, Romani.
But the
He killed a
problem
bunch
is
of people,
Hitler-
homosexuals. He killed hundreds, millions of people. Millions of Jewish, 6 millions of Jewish, hundreds of thousands of Romani, hundreds of thousands of homosexuals, all over Europe.
Millions of,
Wasn't it
Russians
anybody
do
with
that.
blonde hair,
Communist,
blue eyes?
French.
Well, see, there's a
But
good.
that was not about religion because Hitler did it because of he wanted to impose the race. It was about
Fascist.
race.
Well, the Osama's whole thing, why Osama became Osama, was because when United States and OPEC and Saudi Arabia decided to create this union, and and basically was like, give us your oil, very watered down version, give us the oil, and we're gonna come in and protect you. Osama at that time was saying, well, why are you allowing infidels to protect you? It should be,
Infidels.
yeah. Well, that's what he said, literally.
Yeah.
Why are you allowing?
You seen Jeff? You know who Jeff Dunham is?
That's what he
yeah.
said, but he didn't think that.
Yeah.
It was about money. It was all about money and power.
Well, he was
people
already super rich to begin with. His dad was like,
Osama was super rich.
yeah. But his thing was like, well, why are you allowing infidels to protect you? And then he was talking shit about Saudi
That was
Arabia.
just a way
and
for
Saudi
him to
Arabia,
control, though.
Because you're talking shit, they revoked his citizenship. So he had to go and hide in Afghanistan. And now that just put him over the edge. We're like, okay, well, these infidels changed them. So I'm going to go and kill a bunch of people there. So
There's also a history behind before that. Bin Laden was an informant for CIA, and he was an asset.
He
that
was
we
an
call it.
asset back in
Same thing
70s,
happened
yeah.
With Noriega, with all of these things.
Yeah, in 70s, yeah.
we have a history, and that is a sad part of our history, that we want to influence. We want to have influence all over the world, and we sometimes
Cold War.
Huh?
Since the Cold War.
No, way before that.
But
before
it's
that.
been prominent.
well, the Cold War.
Well, it's
Cold
been
War-
prominent. That's like when you. That's what history. When I'm in history class taught me is like.
When you have the
That's when
power-
communism, capitalism was like.
Well,
Who's gonna
they're
spread
at the
now?
standstill,
Who's gonna
'cause they're
spread
all,
now?
like, collecting weapons, but the thing with
Well, it was
Afghanistan
because it
back
was
in the day-
after the.
Afghanistan. We were actually supplying Afghanis to fight against Russians that wanted to take. It was a war between United States and Russia.
I know.
It just happened in Afghanistan. It wasn't the only place there. These same war happened in
Something
Africa.
like it's happening today with Ukraine.
Yes. Well, no, Ukraine. See, the thing with Ukraine, I truly think that Putka he's a sociopath to begin with. Like, he's crazy. He's just crazy there.
I think he's upset. He wants to die, and we will remember him for years and years because of what he did. He's doing everything he can to convince all Russians that what happens with the perestroika was wrong. That
Yeah.
they were supposed to have all of these countries under their command.
So like how we have these conspiracy theories, how people disappear in the United States because they say this or that. CIA gets 99% of that is not true, but 99% of that is true for Russia. People would disappear there. They would, because they went against
And
communism.
they don't do much to hide that. They
don't.
just don't care.
Yeah, like the whole idea of, I don't know if you ever heard of it, vory, which means like thieves. Like the whole thing of thieves in Russia that was big back in the day was created due to communism. These people that would go to jail, they had their own code, and they were like, they're against government, against religion. They were only with their brethren, and that communism created that. And to this day, you still have half of those oligarchs either were bred or influenced somehow by the old school thieves,
Yeah.
And you got tattoos and things like that. Actually, there's a really cool book. I'm about to read that about the history of that.
back to our original, circle
Topic,
back
'cause
around.
we
Yeah.
Segued.
Like always. All right. Natural conversations was good.
Yeah.
But
And we always learn something from Jay.
yes, and from you.
No.
But what do you think about how today we still have a large population of the world who is still convinced by this book that we were talking about a second ago? How they?
Please remember, there's different books.
I know, but let's say this ideology of
But,
religion.
it's all about the same. Muslims. And,
Yeah, ideology of
Buddhism,
religion.
Christianity. It's all about the same, and they're very similar.
I have a proposition. You know how there are people out there right now that are super popular and everybody treats them like God. And this is a human, right? Human are meant to make mistakes. We're never perfect. And what happens when you put somebody on a pedestal, you put them at the pedestal that they cannot make no wrong, and you continuously follow these people like a religion. This is when the issues start happening, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people love Musk and a lot of people hate him, right? People that do love Musk, they're like, he cannot do wrong no matter what. People that hate him, he's always doing something wrong.
Yeah, it's two things very important. Yes, I want coffee. Two things, Jay. I mean, it's a very good topic. Thank you. And I will say this, and it applies to everything, religion or when you give somebody power, fame, money, we as humans, we are so imperfect, whatever you want to say, that we develop this thing that we start thinking we can do everything. We're gods. And it happens, for me, it's happening right now with Elon Musk. For me, the guy is a genius and he have a lot of things, good things, but something is happening to him lately
I
that
think-
he believed that he can do whatever he wants and everything will be okay. No, it's not like that. He's making mistakes and he doesn't have the need to make mistakes. But that's another topic. Let's talk
Well, he
about
also
that
has
later.
Asperger's too. So like he has Asperger's, so he doesn't have the same.
Filter
He's
we
on a
do.
spectrum. I don't want to say he has Asperger's, but he's on a spectrum. He doesn't have the same filters of emotional, like, you know, he just this
got
is the
you,
right
I
thing
got
to
you.
do, you know.
I got you.
But it is what it is.
Going back to the thing.
What my question is, why do you think that something something like religion stays so prominent in today's age when humans are so smart?
No, that is the mistake. We are smart, okay, but I don't know how we can put it like, but I will.
We need a sponsor break.
Sponsor. Oh my God! Come on. No.
No,
Don't come over
serious,
here.
be
Don't
serious.
come over here. No.
Hey, don't come around here.
And
Don't come around here with that
we don't
gasoline.
have to go. We don't have to go very deep on this. Most of human beings, most of the population, a lot more. We are ignorant. We are very ignorant. Okay? If you take U.S., United States of America, that like to talk our leaders about the best country in the world, we are not. We are not. We are just the most powerful country because we have bigger guns. But the population in United States, I'm not sure of what I'm about to say. It is 50, 60% totally ignorant. You talk to an average U.S. citizen, and a lot of people are still thinking that Mexico is part of U.S. A lot of people don't know that America is a continent.
Well, no, you ask
And,
people
and,
to.
and it applies to everything. When you go to this, and I remember the movie that we talked the other day,
Yeah.
newsroom.
Newsroom.
When this guy was asked, hey, why is this a better country? No, we are way behind. All over Europe and a big part of Asia are
100%.
way ahead of us in science, in everything. Okay? We are ignorant. And if you take the entire population and why we believe in God and why we are scared of God, we have to behave because God is going to punish you. Take in consideration that you have how many people in the African continent. And Africa, we have to mention, because it's a whole continent with a couple of cities a couple of countries that are a little bit developed, but most of them
They're
still
not.
under dictatorship, no schools, wars, massacres. and
Rebellion.
a
You know,
lot of
everything in the middle
Slavery.
of African continent is very undeveloped. But countries up north, you know, you have Morocco, Egypt, and those countries there. They're pretty
And South
developed.
Africa.
And then
is
South
a little bit
Africa, yeah.
developed.
But
Well
everything in
developed, I would say.
between. But see, this is the thing about United States. We are that. We're not the best in education. We're not the best in this. We're not this in that. However, I think anything that United States touches makes it better. You know, any country United States touches, it makes it better. Yes, is there a gain from it? 100%. You're not gonna go there and just do philanthropy for sake of philanthropy.
Of course not. And
You gotta earn money.
I agree with you on that. There is always something better, but there is also the always the looking after something. Gold mines,
Yes,
political
obviously.
power. Maybe they just want to put a Air Force base over there.
Correct.
Whatever they want. It's always after something. But I agree with you. In most cases, is for the better of these countries. Something that I wish that I see is U.S. or United Nations going to Haiti. Haiti is a country with 10, 11 million people, and 99% of these people are not poor. It's well
Below poor, yeah.
Well under that.
But see,
well
how do you fix a country where the entire country took their entire population of trees, cut it down, and sold it for money? How do you
cannot
fix that?
change that from one day to another. You all start with, for me, education, and prepare people, teach them to be an electrician, a carpenter, a whatever, a mechanic, whatever. And a good example of all of this is what it is today, Taiwan.
Taiwan.
Very small place, very small island, and because they educate and they put resources on that education. Another example is Japan after the World War II. There was nothing over there after the war,
Yeah.
and they just put all of resources teaching people to do things.
Yeah, and right now it's one of the Western countries.
Exactly.
And what's his name?
I need to go.
Papi Trump, dumbass.
Now you're gonna talk about Trump.
Now you're gonna talk when he's leaving.
So Papi Trump, that dumbass, reversed TPP. Did anybody know what's TPP?
Nah.
So TPP was a Trans-Pacific Pact, where basically we're gonna sign a pact, basically this trade agreements and things like that would go in, where would have the Pacific countries be part of the union, where we can trade with them freely and have no issues. When Trump came in, he pretty much canceled that, and then he's like, "Well, we're going to rewrite NAFTA and all kinds of things." Like there, I
But
just don't know.
he also didn't realize he's disrupting a bunch of agreements. It's not like America is between one other country, or like America went and made all these deals specifically. No, like this has to do with a large group of countries, And he's just gonna go in there and like, oh, we're gonna redo the whole fucking
Yeah,
thing.
this is the dumbest thing ever. Like, you got something good going. Like right now, talking about Taiwan. Taiwan has the capabilities. They're producing a bunch of chips and things like that. The beer bug happened, chip shortage. Taiwan hit that too, but then that was another avenue that we could have traded with at a cheaper price, where the cars would not be outrageous, because they don't have they have a shortage of chips, right? There would be another country that we could trade with. So it is what it is. But United States, anyway. Next, I think we'll exhausted the hell out of this one.
It's funny because my experience is later on for some things we've said. Cancel culture. What you guys think about that?
Oh, cancel culture, bro! I can't stand cancel culture, because here's the thing.
I was thinking about this. Let me get my point across real quick. It's hard to draw a line on telling somebody what they can and cannot say. At the end of the day, when I thought about it for a while, it's kind of just about we shouldn't be inciting violence. Mm-hmm. We shouldn't be inciting hate. We should be inciting love and education and moving forward. That's what we should be fucking promoting.
Yeah.
But that's not the case, right? So, and you can't force everybody to be loving and educating and stuff like that, right? You have we always have two sides most of the time throughout the different topics or whatever we're talking about. And it's really hard to draw that line, but where?
We just got to do the best we can at the end of the day.
Here's the thing. If they kept the cancel culture to specifically causing harm to someone, right? Like what the Nazis want to do, what the domestic terrorists want to do.
That's what I think, right? Like, for example, like, okay, you can't you can't shut them up because they're on the left. Okay, no, but you can shut them up because they're talking hate against a certain group of people. Like, for example, if you're a racist or you're sexist or whatever it may be, yeah, okay, maybe you have the right to shut him up because inciting hate.
That's true. So my thing is, if you're shutting those up, I have no issues with that because they actively want to cause harm to people. You know, shut them down. They shouldn't be even. But the ones that come in and say something, like for example, I can say something right now, somebody's feelings are gonna get hurt. So now they're gonna try to cancel me because I said something because your feelings got hurt. I didn't want anybody to cause any harm. I didn't want anybody to go out there and incite any type of violence. But yet you get shut down because you said something and someone's feelings get hurt. So what?
So I don't know if I'm gonna word this right, but
Say what you got to say, bro.
No, I get it. So what you guys are saying. So my thing is this. So for the whole cancel culture, for them trying to cancel people for things that you say, what would be the difference of you saying it here on this podcast, for instance, or going outside with a sign and saying it outside in the outworld where they can't cancel you because you have a freedom of speech, correct? So I feel like the cancel culture comes down to like the platform guidelines when we were talking about that one day. And me personally, I don't like the cancel culture for those reasons that you were stating, unless they're like bullying or whatever the case may be, racist, la da da da. But that's my thing is like if you can go out on the street and say whatever the hell you want, whether people's feelings get hurt or not, I feel like there should be some platform where you should be able to express yourself equally, like the same.
See, the problem with that is when you do create that platform,
Miggy.
what happens is a lot of those people, because you can't just create
Hit
a
the main
platform and say,
cam,
well,
hop on.
we're gonna get rid of the ones that are talking violence, right? If you're gonna open a Discord, you're gonna say, okay, we're gonna open a Discord for everyone, right? So what happens? A lot of those Nazis and a lot of those domestic terrorists and things like that, they go out there and start spreading propaganda.
That's true.
To incite violence. So that's the number one issue. So the platforms, in my opinion, should be this. If you're inciting violence towards any group, a person, or someone, you should get canceled.
Cut off, yeah.
But everything
Correct.
else, if somebody said something and that hurts your feelings,
They shouldn't be
well, in
canceled.
my opinion, you should be logical enough to sit down and think about it and say, well, no, we shouldn't cancel somebody. So, for example, right now, if I went ahead and said, Lizzo should not
muted
be
right
on
now.
billboards because she's not necessarily epitome of what a fit girl would should look like and what the world
Yeah.
perceives
I get
being
what you
fit, this and that, right? However, I'm gonna get canceled because now I'm what's called body shaming, right?
Yeah.
So to that it's not body shaming, it's just not healthy.
I get what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? But then that's going to be chucked to body shaming. So if it's body shaming, let's cancel them. So what I'm saying is they pick and choose who they want to cancel, right? To me, if Lizzo going out there and doing this and she's an example to a bunch of young girls or women, now she's promoting this obesity, right?
Yeah.
So if you're promoting the obesity, unhealthy lifestyle,
That's hurting your feelings. Nah, it's fucking.
no, it's not. It's not hurting my feelings.
go.
If you're promoting obesity and if you're promoting obesity and a healthy lifestyle, go ahead and do that. But somebody from the side should be able to look at it and say, "Well,
And
this is not
disagree.
right, and I
Yeah.
disagree with
Yeah,
this."
of course. You have
Right?
your own opinion, and you should be able to voice it
Yeah.
Now,
without getting canceled.
so when I do believe, thank you, Melanie. I do believe. Mami, cierra la puerta, please.
Too late.
You do believe
You
what?
do believe the cancel culture thing? We were talking about how the
Who
opposite
knows?
side should be. Whatever.
Who knows
um,
what I was gonna say now?
Lizzo cannot be super healthy when her BMI is over 60 pounds as a weight. She's not super healthy. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I'm
there's
sorry.
no-
You're wrong on this one.
There's no way she's.
There's
super
no way
healthy.
she's healthy. There's no way she's healthy. Okay, she has perfect
Bone
blood.
density.
She has
Like-
perfect blood resort.
Blood work.
However, when you're internal, it's not just having excess fat on your body from outside. It's having excess fat around your organs, such as your heart, which makes your heart work less effectively. It's having more
Your
fat around
joints
your
carrying around more weight.
more weight. It has nothing to do with her blood works coming back as healthy.
There's
It has
no
to do with
way,
her
Alex.
having too much.
Vegan diet since 2020.
So
She went on a
Victor
vegan
asked me a
diet.
question today, right?
Been on a vegan diet since 2020.
What's
Oh,
up,
so she's
baby?
getting healthy.
So she's then
She's
on
getting-
her way to do that.
she's
Kudos
getting
to her if
healthy.
that's
Great.
the case. If the vegan diet is gonna work for her, kudos to her.
Victor asked me a question today.
What did
Go
you
ahead.
say?
Would you fuck a fat girl for $100? I'm talking about a Lizzo.
No.
No, Lizzo, no. First, $100 ain't worth it to fuck any girl I wouldn't want to fuck, and I'm
There
not
you go.
attracted to her. I'm sorry. What do you want me to say?
And then he asked me 100,000.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna say the money's different at that point.
Yeah, you added
100,000
you didn't add
is a lot
one,
different.
you didn't add two, you added 3 zeros to that fucking $100,
I
right?
know, right?
Hey, Alex, don't believe everything you see on there. They have to say that because Lizzo right now, they have to push the
Well,
agenda, right?
okay, maybe she's perfectly healthy now because she's in the or not perfectly healthy, but she's got healthy
Habits?
standings now. Healthy standings now because she's in the process. But I'm sure before she started that vegan diet, when she was carrying on all that weight, eating, I don't know, I'm assuming I'm being an asshole when I say this, Big Macs and whatever she was eating to get like that size, and that was not. She's not healthy at that time.
No.
No. Maybe
she's
now that
not.
she's vegan, great, good for her. I'm happy.
The thing with that is you don't just get to that. There are two ways you can get to that. Unless you have some sort of a health issue, most like thyroid issues, where you have hypothyroidism.
Hypo or hyper, either way.
Hyper is when you lose
Well,
weight.
there's, Emily knows.
Hyper is when you lose weight. Hypo is when your thyroid is not working as fast. Hyper is what's working too fast.
Yeah.
So if you have hypothyroidism, then you get on medicine that should regulate your levels of your hormones.
As
where-
a girl, it's very hard though because with their period and stuff and birth control, and there's a bunch of shit that fucks up their
I
their
understand.
hormones. So it's
I
hard for
understand
them.
that.
It's hard to them get that balance, you know.
And then the second way is for you to consume way too much calories, right? So now we don't know if Lizzo has hypothyroidism or not. If she did, I'm sure that it probably came out, even with HIPAA laws and everything. TMZ would have probably already came out with this. So that means she has consumed way too many calories. And this is why the storage of fat is literally, that's what it is. It's excess calories.
So Alex told me to look it up. I want to actually look it up.
You drink that, Mickey?
But the thing is, Lizzo is not, by any means, she's not a epitome of being on billboards. She's just not. I'm sorry. Is there a small subset of guys that is attracted to big girls? 100%. But it is not across the board. So bottom line, if everybody's coming in and saying this is not the epitome of being attractive, nor it is epitome of being considered healthy, of not getting a heart attack, then why is she on billboards? That's my question. Right? But
Because of her name.
does she need to be canceled? Absolutely not. She should have a space to talk about it. And somebody that comes out and says, I don't agree with your lifestyle, the way you've lived your life in the past, they should be able to say that.
Of course.
And they should also be able to say, I am not attracted to you because you have excess weight.
All right, Lizzo ain't as big as she used to be. That's for sure.
Well, no, obviously she's losing weight right now. Good for her. She needs to be doing that.
What's the record?
I don't know, but
It doesn't
I'm just
matter.
looking at the photos of when I looked her up, and she just looks different.
Yeah, I mean, is she a great artist? 100%. Does she sing well? 100%. But
You're just
doesn't
stating the fact that, her being that big isn't attractive and
Correct.
it shouldn't be pushed into the society.
not only it's not
as it
attractive, it's also
being attractive.
not healthy for somebody.
It's not.
to do
Yeah,
that.
he's
Yeah,
not saying
yeah,
about it not being attractive. It's just not healthy to push on the girls to say this is okay to be like that,
Yeah.
or push on to anybody that it's okay to be that big. I should
And
lose weight.
this problem we only have. As a matter
Over
of fact,
12
I should
months,
too.
she lost 50 pounds.
Very nice. Good for her.
Fucking amazing.
100%. And this issue we only have in a Western world such as United States, England, Australia.
lot of weight, bro.
We don't have these issues in other countries. In other countries, people don't eat in the quantities that we do.
No.
I was just
We-
about to say that. Aren't the
We're
portions
in a
different everywhere?
gluttony.
And the amount of stuff we add that we are allowed to add to our foods in the U.S. to let them not go old
Dude, our food is
faster,
illegal in a lot
stay
of places.
grow bigger. This
didn't
all
know
that
that.
stuff, right? We're allowed to add those things to our food way much more shit we're adding to our body for our body to have to process that's not any one bit natural. All these crazy chemicals. First, you think that the pesticides you're adding so it doesn't have worms and all this shit in the field aren't affecting you. Of course, it's affecting you. Not only that, to make it bigger, to grow faster, and
To
all
preserve
that,
it
all
longer,
that to
all
preserve
that.
it longer. All that stuff is going in you.
Think about this. Chicken nuggets. They feed the chicken corn, then take that meat, grind it into a chicken nugget, then they wrap it into corn batter, fry it in oil, and hand it over to you. Think about it for a minute. How can this possibly be healthy? It's not. For example, Mountain Dew. You can't buy Mountain Dew in Europe because it's against the rules. The Coke doesn't have as much sugar in it because it's against the rules.
Fireball has something that's illegal in certain countries.
There's a bunch of foods that we allow in United
Did
Twinkies.
you guys see Russia made a
Twinkies are not
substitute
allowed
for Coke?
anywhere
Cool
else.
it or
Huh?
something like that. Doesn't have something that's
Ketchup.
related to like Cool It.
It has different ingredients here than everywhere else.
So
Did you guys see Russia made their own Coke?
I mean, Russia can do whatever they want to do. I mean,
Since all the companies backed out, they have their own Sprite.
we've been making Russian Coke named RC Cola for a minute now.
RC Cola.
But at the end of the day, we eat way too much. That's a fact.
What do you think, Miggy, about the whole cancel culture thing, though? Like, where should they draw the line then?
Nobody should cancel anyone. I mean,
But what if they're
I
talking?
wouldn't say.
Okay, but what if
never
I'm
mind.
promoting white nationalism? He should be canceled.
No, you out.
Okay, then. But then where are we drawing the line? Is that where you draw the line?
I wasn't thinking earlier, but
You know,
There is a
the
line.
original question of the
if you're
topic.
causing harm towards anyone in a physical way, yeah.
Yeah, well,
Or if the aim of the
promoting it.
post or comment, video, promotion, or whatever is enticing physical harm against someone, then you should probably get canceled.
Does it necessarily have to be physical? Just hatred.
Nah, you can take that.
I don't like these people because this.
Stop hanging around with them or avoid them.
But should it be the person? Should the person being the hater
Speaking
being
that way.
canceled?
Oh, right here. No.
Should the person being the hater be canceled, or the person being hated be canceled?
Person being
Neither
the
one.
hater.
Neither one should be canceled.
The person being the hater.
Because you might think
Neither
you
one
know,
should be canceled
different-
because they have.
No,
they have
But that's not
opinions.
because of
you
a
might find it offensive. He might not.
not because of some random thought, but I'm saying actually inciting hatred for no real apparent reason.
So-
I don't
That
like
seems
this.
to be- that seems to be
I don't
more
like
the
these people.
style.
I don't like these people because they have curly hair. And
You shouldn't
Well,
be
this
canceled,
person,
though.
for
Yeah,
example, this
you're spreading your
person is gay.
opinion.
I don't like him.
We do that
Yeah,
every day with
that's the-
celebrities, man. We just we
So-
like this
so now-
person
now
because
we're
he
gonna-
looks good. We like this person
there's-
because he
there's
plays
this
good
thing-
soccer.
With
We
the
like
simplest
Lizzo because
things.
she can sing.
Well, they can
I'm
come
not
out.
gonna go down this street because it's
So here-
busy at this time.
Here's
That's
that thing. I think what we're talking about. Somebody comes out and said this person is gay. I don't like gay people, right? And then there's another person comes out and says, I don't like gay people, and there should be a group that's gonna incite violence. That is completely wrong. That's completely wrong to do that, right? In my opinion. But for you to have your opinion about something, that's all it is an opinion, right?
So I got
and
a
you should be
question.
intelligent enough to discern when you listen to this opinion and the other opinion, which one is correct one with the way you live.
So if somebody's online and they're saying they come out as gay or whatever, and they're spreading the word of gay, right? They're like,
Yeah.
oh, you should try it, da 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 da, whatever. Should they be canceled for that?
Well, they shouldn't be
No,
canceled.
but they're
for
not
that, but
inciting-
Canceled because you're
Okay.
hating on that
Do you
person.
You
think-
should be
do you think
canceled
someone-
for grooming.
Do you think someone saying
If
I
you're-
don't like gay
but
people,
you
you
might
should
find
never
it
be gay
offensive,
or
but
whatever
you
the
won't.
case may be,
You
do you
know
think
what I
they
mean?
should be canceled? See, but no, all I did was flip flop it though. All
I
I did
know.
was give you both sides.
I know.
So one person is
It's
saying,
all
"Yo,
point of
I'm
view.
gay. You guys should try
It
to be
is.
gay before you
It's
knock
all
it." Da da da
depending
da.
on
And then the
point of
next
view.
person's like, "I hate gay
That's a
people,
good-
bro. Like I don't like gay people." Da 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 da.
That's a good way. That's a good way to put it. See, I wasn't thinking about it like that until y'all said it.
So
what do you
it's
mean?
like
I mean,
How they're saying you have to look at it
So
in a point of
promoting-
view
promoting
because
being gay is
he
okay.
promoting gay is okay,
But
but
not
hating,
promoting it
but
or
saying gay is bad
liking
would
it.
be the hatred,
Exactly.
and therefore
Well,
that
no-
should be canceled.
Well,
it's
well,
kind
no-
of hard to
no.
pick a side because it's really just point of view of saying it's okay and saying it's not okay.
well, you have two people. One is saying be gay. The other one is saying don't be gay. Right? Is that what
Yeah.
we're talking about?
Yes.
All right. So that's all they're saying is their opinion. The minute this person says, be gay, and as gays we should rise up and start killing non-gays, that's you getting canceled for
I
that.
feel like it's a little
Or this
extreme,
other
but yeah,
person
yeah.
comes up and says, we should rise up and try to kill you know what I mean, this way or the other way. That's inciting violence. Like, you shouldn't be doing that.
Correct.
In my
And-
opinion, you
and
shouldn't
that's what
be
I was
doing
gonna
that.
say. The
That's
way
a good way to
said
put
it
it.
have
Then
been
again,
a little.
also saying or thinking away of the person promoting X
Yeah.
shouldn't be some any restriction to you as well. Because
But that's what we were trying to
just
say.
as much as a right you have promoting it, someone has the right of hating it or loving it or
Exactly. That's
So
what I was
they-
trying to say. Because no. What cancel culture will do is someone could go online and say, "Yo, I love being gay. Everyone should try being gay." Da da da
because
da.
of how
But the
sensitive
minute
people
someone
are.
goes online and is like, "Yo, I'm not gay. I don't think anybody should be gay." La di da da da. X, Y, and Z. Then it's like, oh, now you're gonna get canceled. Da 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 da. Whatever. But
No, so
read your terms and
That's my thing. I think the thing is, like, whatever platform you're on their platform. Do whatever they say. If it's against their rules, that's tough luck.
well, see,
It's a
that's-
private entity at the day. This is not a public
Just like
thing. It's a
Facebook and all
privilege.
the
I
other
do
ones
agree
don't
with
allow
that.
nudity. That's
I
why
do
they got,
agree with that. I'm
OnlyFans and all the other ones. that-
Twitter.
I agree. I
They
agree.
cancel all those people out. All the times you see them, oh, new account, old account got canceled. Why did it get canceled?
Well, to me, that's okay. So that's fine. Do that. But if you're doing that, it can't be just one-sided. When it's one-sided, that's when it becomes a problem. When it's only to one side.
It's not. It's not a problem because social media, like we talked about this the other day, is like it's like a news outlet nowadays,
Correct.
right?
It's social media.
Okay, I get that. But these platforms have become like news outlets in a sense. I don't post shit. I just go and look, right? And now, just like Fox, CNN, all this stuff, they learned that shit a long time ago. They said, we're going to stick to one side. That's the people we're going to appeal to. That's how social media is now.
Well, yeah, because if you give they've done research. If you give people the correct story, right? The correct story is never sexy. If you give them both sides of the aisle, people don't like those media outlets.
It's
So
never
media
the correct
outlets.
story though. It's like that one game you used to play in school where it's a line of people and I tell you something, and by the time it gets to the end of the line, it's
Well, no. What I'm saying is when the news
You know what I
outlet
mean?
comes
Not
out, there's
not
a
for a
everybody,
direct
everybody
resource.
inflates it at their at
No,
their
no.
own proportion.
What I'm talking about when something happens, right? They come out and say, this is what happened. This is the idea from the left, and this is the idea from the right. For you, you get to decide what it is. People don't like that. People don't like to read that because they want to read the stuff that relates closely to their beliefs. This is why you have the separation. You got CNN, and then you got Fox, right? Because CNN pushes its own agenda, Fox pushes his own agenda. Because if they didn't push their own agenda, it was in the middle, people would not spend time looking at them because they can't align to one side or another side. And we as humans always like to pick our alliances. So
the algorithm has picked that for all of us.
well, see, now that's another issue. Talking about algorithm right now, there's no person out there looking at your post. Somebody can report that as I think we talked about this on one of the episodes. Can report that as XYZ, even though it's not, and it gets canceled because algorithm picked it up. And
Just don't talk about shoes. Because as soon as you log into your phone, the first thing you're gonna see is an ad about the shoes you talking
well,
about.
no, we talk about that too. No, we talk about that too. It's a little bit different than that. It's just it's a little bit different.
We
than
talked
that.
about it though.
It
We
works. I
understand.
don't know if it works that way, but it happens that way.
Yeah, but
I
it's
personally believe that these places like Amazon, Walmart, Google all have AIs. They all have access to your microphone all the time. If the app is open and your camera, if their app is open in the background, they're listening. And you don't think there's an AI there picturing? He said camera.
Listen,
They're talking about camera. Oh, camera was said 20 words. The AI didn't pick that up. I believe that.
how much more proof you need that every time you download a new app, it asks you, do we have permission to your location?
Yeah, and I say
Wow.
All of
no
them do.
Why?
because they want to try to advertise whatever they have
Whatever
within
that
that
situation
location.
is, yeah.
Yeah, but they're not because they're listening to it because the app picks it up. Okay, well, if there's a demand in this location, there's a reason why Amazon went and opened the whole facility, the distribution facility in Lakeland, because it's right in the middle of Tampa and right in the middle of Florida to Orlando and Tampa. It's convenience because they can immediately distribute this in their 1 day or 2 day delivery. That's why they did that, because they saw there's a lot of demand and they're constantly opening up new hubs because of the demand. But the thing is, like right now, you're talking about cameras, right? Cameras probably going to show up on yours because I've been looking at cameras to upgrade the podcast. Where can I find different cameras? What can I do? Boom, boom, boom. So I've been looking at that stuff.
I've never, ever seen an OSHA commercial. And Blanca was doing some OSHA training the other day. Every other commercial on YouTube is OSHA now.
Yes, because Blanca was doing OSHA commercial training.
On her phone, though.
On her phone.
None of her phone logins are connected to mine.
Correct,
Yeah,
but
your phones
because
are near each other.
because Blanca is within your
That's what I'm saying, though.
because
Like,
she's within vicinity with you, and the phones detect this. The algorithm detects that you're close by to each other. That means you're either friends or married or somehow. That means if she's interested in OSHA, that must be you're interested in OSHA. That's why you're
Everybody's gonna be
getting.
interested on
Yeah,
that.
right now everyone is gonna get interested in OSHA.
Alex
Something
said,
real quick.
Your internet provider is selling your data to them.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
as well.
they do that too.
Everybody
100%.
does.
That's
Everybody
another
does.
way of making money. That's another way of making money.
That's
Why
the
not?
One conflict they just had with Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
They were doing an interview to the owner. And they were asking him, "Are you using people data or something like that?"
Yeah,
and he
yeah,
was
yeah.
like trying to like twist the answer.
Yeah, no, they sold it. They sold the data. They did. But that's what
He's
these.
like, "Oh, we don't but like think he was trying to explain, oh, we're doing it with your permission or something like that. You
They-
can choose not to."
But
But it's like 90% of the Facebook
Big-
population is already sold.
big data, the numbers is where it's at right now. Because back in the day, we didn't have this power. Every like counts now. You like something, they count that. You know, it is what it is. This is where all the data comes out on dating websites. This is where the data comes out on what people like to do, drive, where to drive, Lyft, Uber, all of this stuff. You know what I mean? So here, grab a seat, grab a mic. So anyway, so yeah, are they selling your data? 100%. Is it a way to make money? 100%.
That's how people.
You are in business to make money.
I'm gonna buy X amount of leads.
It would be the same thing as you went, for example, to your construction job, did a job, and said, no, I'm not gonna take any money. What are you, crazy?
Oh, by
You
the
got
way,
a
we
business.
didn't introduce one bit. This is Randy. This is my boss. Also my El Handers. Rodolfo came in the middle.
Nah, everybody know me by now. Come on now. No, I'm just playing.
It's supposed to be fashion.
Yeah, no, it's not supposed to be flashing.
Yeah, no, it's not. It was.
There you go. All good.
Anyway, so what, bottom line is, are they spying on you? Yes.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is what it is.
Testing.
Bottom line, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, are they going to spy? Yes. Are they going to sell your data? Yes. Nothing wrong with that because they're collecting data. And you as an entrepreneur, let's say you open the business and you needed data, how are you going to get the data? The whole thing advertise to this demographic that does this and that, and you blasting it through social media. How do you think they're
I
doing
mean, right now I was looking through a thing that a service not necessarily gives me the emails, but I put in a thing and it sends a bunch of basically emails out to
Correct.
this
There's a
random
bunch of-
database.
yeah,
Yeah,
I have a huge
We're talking
database.
shit. We're
And
talking
they sort
shit.
it out. They don't just send it to everybody. They
No,
see
no.
what you're trying to do.
yeah.
and
They
kinda
ask
like
you where you want to, like location, age group,
yeah,
everything.
interest, all that.
Well, see, we're talking shit about this
Yeah,
until we're
especially the
regular
interest part is
consumers.
the biggest.
When we're regular consumers, we're talking shit about this. But the minute you become an entrepreneur and this is needed for your business,
Yeah, you're
oh
gonna
no,
do the
no,
same
this is a good thing.
And it's not as easy as it sounds, because like most of these like Facebook, Instagram, I just started doing it with Instagram, and I have a huge list, but it still doesn't produce as much as like people that have the followers and all the stats that are already, proven to work.
Yeah, and anyway, like
It's crazy. It goes in so deep. Like you can be a guru at it, and you can only be like 1% into it.
and that's another
There could
thing
be
that
so much
irks me.
more, possibilities that could be a
I
better,
like
much better chance.
Mr. Beast was talking about the other day. He said, "I love when people try and call me lucky." He's like, "That is such bullshit." And it's funny because I've given the whole recipe. I've said everything I've done. And people say, "Oh, it was luck." No, you see the fucking time it took. And I've told you how I did it. Go and try. Nobody's gone and tried it.
It's not even that. That man literally quit going to the gym, built a gym in his 1-bedroom apartment, so he can dedicate more time to his YouTube thing.
He was literally he said he had a group of people, of other YouTubers who were trying to get big, and they would literally.
Yeah. What's this volume? What's this background
somebody's
volume?
the he literally was saying like he had a group of people. They would wake up, get on a chat together, and literally just write down all ideas all day.
He does invest a lot
for a
in it,
year.
too.
For a year. Well, no, that was once he started the actual channel. Before he even started producing content, he was just with people literally talking about ideas daily, ideas. And then he started doing the whole thing where he,
in order to be
Exactly.
successful, you gotta produce.
and then he started. One of his biggest things that made him really big was everything he got back, he put back in.
Yeah.
He
And
put it
that's
right
how
back in. He
that's how
literally
he has 100
make
million
10.
subscribers.
Yeah,
That's how
he'd
he
make
can-
10,000. He'd go, all right, I'm gonna go give this 10,000 away on a video.
But now it's
he said
so-
he said his mom would go, why don't you give away 7 and you keep 3? No. 10 looks better on the thumbnail. Needs to be 10.
It's all about thumbnail now. Like
Yeah.
most of these videos, you see like the thumbnail, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm good at it.
Yeah.
Now we're in
Now
the video.
people
Do
literally-
you see anything even related to what they actually?
Especially like the
picture?
fails ones. The
Yeah.
fail ones now. They
People
never
literally-
show
Like,
the
or,
fail.
or
They
it's
put
like
on
the last
thumbnail.
2 seconds of the videos, where so they make you watch like the whole
People literally
Clickbait.
sell
Yeah.
thumbnail courses.
clickbait. Yeah.
You pay money to learn about thumbnails, which would take you 30 minutes of Googling to figure out how to make a thumbnail for free. They sell you a course how to design a thumbnail for free.
Hola, Giovanni.
Oh, we got a new person joining.
You gotta introduce yourself.
Hola, Giovanni.
We got a new person. Introduce yourself. What do you think about thumbnails on YouTube?
No?
Huh?
said,
No?
"Hell
No thumbnails on YouTube? No.
What you got next?
Dude, I'm out.
So what's new with Andrew Tate?
I don't know. They're still in jail. So
Supposedly, yeah, I was gonna say supposedly they appealed for him to get out of
Yeah.
the 30 days.
You guys-
and they denied it, so he's gonna be in there for the 30 days.
yeah,
you
and
guys
then
know who?
on the 29th is when they have to like. So I was listening.
He's in jail. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, he's in
yeah,
jail.
yeah.
Yeah, he's just being
5
held
people
right
can
now.
see him.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. You know who Aiden Ross is?
Yeah.
So he said, I have 5 people on my list besides my lawyer, 4 are family members, and 1 other is Aiden Ross.
Yeah.
That shit is so funny.
on
They're
my
like
list of
besties now.
what? Besties.
No, so people who can visit him, his
can
visitation list.
visit him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing with
Oh, that money can't help him now.
the thing with Romanian law, I was listening to this guy who's trying to explain
Yeah, it's
how their
different.
laws work.
in
It's a
Romania?
little bit different. Yeah, his lawyer doesn't have the paperwork that shows what is he charged with. All they know he's charged with this and that, but they don't have anything else besides it. The reason they do that, I guess, is because so there's no tampering with witnesses.
Probably with
and-
evidence and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they're saying, we charging you with this, but they're giving you 0 backing.
Yeah, so on the 29th, apparently that's when the day is for the lawyer to get the documents and then exactly what's going on, what is he being charged with. However,
What are the speculations of what he
well,
got
there's
arrested for?
2 things they're
couple
saying.
things,
They're saying one is imprisonment and
And who?
sexual assault, imprisonment and sexual
what?
assault
Sexual
for
assault
women
for what?
of women.
The
And there are
proof?
apparently 6 girls that came out. And out of those 6, 2 came out on live. They said, "I don't know why you keep talking about this. We're not like
I've seen that.
yeah, we were not part of it." So there's another 4. Then their Vice came out. Vice came out, did a thing. Apparently, they found a girl that's saying, "Well, this was happening," but nobody paid attention. And then the second part is organized crime. So,
These
so
guys
there's
are casino.
speculation. There's
He has a
speculation
casino,
how
yeah.
my speculation is he's got a couple of casinos and they're privately owned casinos. It's not like MGM and these other casinos that are owned by
Washing.
huge companies that are on Nasdaq.
Probably
Right?
gonna get him for washing too. Washing
Yeah,
money.
he's probably there's probably like money laundering things and stuff going on, but we don't know exactly what is the true charges. But we do know that people from British Embassy have visited him. Lawmakers from British Embassy have visited him, and I think U.S., but I'm not sure.
Where's he born?
He was born here in United States in Washington D.C. His dad was a CIA. His dad was a spook. He was with Air Force, and then his mom is from England, so he has dual citizenship. So he lived here for a little bit, then parents split, and then
I heard he
mom
grew
went
up
back.
mostly in London.
He did grow up mostly in London, and I think one of the ghettos of London, like Luton or something like that. It's one of the
Yeah.
ghettos of London.
Yeah, I think you're right, Luton.
Yeah, that's where he grew up. And then he had his kickboxing career, and then he was smart. You know his story with the webcams?
Yes, I saw him talk about this. So he
Yeah.
explained it on the when he went to talk with, am I right, Patrick Bet David and those guys. Have you
Yeah,
seen
yeah,
that
that-
podcast? He explained the whole thing. he talked about how he owed some money.
Yeah.
And he said, I need this money. And he said, I need like 50 grand. And he had 30. He went and gambled the rest of it away, had 0. And then he said, I'm going into my room. And he told Tristan, I'm not coming back until I find a way to get the money. You're not going to see me. And he said he locked himself in his room. And he said he wouldn't leave the room until he figured something out. And then he said he started thinking, he said, oh, I got a bunch of girlfriends. He started thinking of his assets. Started writing down his assets.
No, he accidentally saw. Yeah, he started writing down assets. He's like, I'm good with women. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I have all my assets. He said, I got 5 girlfriends.
Webcams.
Yes, and he saw an advertising for webcams. And he says, well, I've got 5 girlfriends. Let's see if they really want to do this. I think one of them, when he got them all,
no, 2 said yes.
I think when he got them all together, 2 of them said no. Only 3 or 4 of them, I think, only stayed. One said like really left. Yeah. One of them, I think, ended up coming back. So he had like 4 in total. But basically, he started as a webcam pimp.
Yeah,
he would get girls to sit on a webcam, and he would be the one. Him and Tristan, his brother,
he had 70 people in the background
he would be the one typing at first, and then he would get guys to be the one. The girls would just sit there, bro, and smile.
Yeah,
but here's my thing with him though. Like he claims himself about being this huge pimp, image on him and stuff like that. But then look at what's his face, then Benzilian. He doesn't talk shit. All he does is just, puts it on people's face, and everybody loves him.
He got called out for
Dan
being a fraud.
Bilzerian does not post a single girl on his Instagram unless he had sex with her.
Ooh.
Dan Bilzerian.
And he's showing 50 girls at a time.
Yeah.
Well, no. When there's a big group of girls, no. But if it's him and one girl, he smashed that girl.
Like he hangs out with like 50 different girls at a time.
Well, yeah, but
what are the odds?
But the point
they're not there for free.
But the point
they're giving something.
No, but point is Dan Bilzerian rubs this to everyone's face. He does.
And nobody says nothing.
Nobody says anything to him.
This guy comes out and says, "Oh, you're supposed to treat women's supposed to do this," and he gets bashed on like he just trying to kill the
That's
Pope.
the whole controversy with canceling, because 99% of the stuff that he says, it's about male improvement. It has nothing to do with women. But yet he gets canceled because he's against women.
And then you have all these people. Oh, he's a feminist. Well, what you got to say about Cardi B, Nicki Minaj? What image are they setting for the women?
Yeah,
100%.
I seen a Facebook post that was talking about
I saw some.
How can Tate promote like strong man, positive vibes for young men or whatever?
And then you got all these other rappers
or,
looking
no,
like
no, no,
you
it
know
was,
what I
it
mean,
was
like
Cardi
Gucci
B.
Mamas.
It was Cardi B.
The whole thing. Dan didn't steal a whole lot of money. What happened was
he
might have
stole a lot of money.
He
That's
didn't
what I
steal a
heard
whole
too.
lot of money. For the first 4 years, the business.
They're spending a lot of money on stunt doubles. For sure.
The money that he took from investors, there were only 4 investors.
He's a poker head, so all his money.
Yeah, he
comes
plays
from
poker. Apparently, he made
Like
his money
big
from poker.
pots.
Yeah, so he had 4 investors, which means he was a quarter investor into the same pot, right? What happened the first 4 years when he created Ignite wasn't making money. And they're saying, oh, he's spending his money on these parties, doing this, doing that. But we all know when you create these parties, this is where business talks happen. So yes, did he create these parties using this money? 100%. But he was also building connections during these business parties.
and showing people.
So,
the
did he
girl
really
life
steal
he's
money
living,
when
and
right now-
nobody says nothing? Everybody admires him.
Well, right
Every
now,
time you
Ignite...
talk about like somebody, the guy with all the girls, who comes to your head first?
Dan Bilzerian, yeah.
It's like
That was the first, for sure. Like the guy that if you thought
for
that,
years now. How many years he's been out on
a long time.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. With the Ignite, right now, Ignite
Since
is
he got
making
famous with the
money.
poker thing.
So right now, he's in a positive when nobody's talking about how he stole money now. Why? Because they can't say shit right now. The company's actually making money. This is what usually happens. You open a
Even
business,
though
first
what he
couple
did
years,
was
you're
wrong.
probably not going to make money. And you're going to be in a negative. So yeah, what are you doing? You're burning the money that you have from your investors. This is how it happens. Sorry to burst everybody's bubble. I mean, it is what it is. But the bottom line is, he does,
It's
one
all
thing.
about attention, I think. Like
Yeah.
most of these people do most of these like dumb things just to get on the radar.
And for Cardi B, the thing is, like, she came out and said, yeah, I drugged people and I took their money. Nobody could do
I don't
anything.
clean.
Yeah, well,
What motto is she setting?
well, wait a
You know what I
minute.
mean?
Wait a minute. So with that, because the reason she said that, because apparently the what's the word for it when the crime is, because it's been so long the crime doesn't count anymore.
Yeah.
Statute of limitations was up. That's why she could say that. And then she comes out with a song, I don't cook, I don't clean. However, she gets caught on a video cooking and cleaning.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and everybody's out there, waving their hands. It's the same thing would happen with Beyonce when Jay-Z cheated. She came out, did this whole big thing of Lemonade. All these strong and independent women, lemonade, lemonade, lemonade. Beyonce's still with Jay-Z. Explain that shit to me. So what I'm trying to say, everybody's pushing agenda, except some get canceled and some do not. That's all I'm saying. So when it's one-sided, that's what it irks you.
Yeah, I can see how you guys make that point. It's really about point of view, and when you start shutting up one person's point of view just because it looks like it's being the one that's inciting the hatred, which anytime you look at that situation and you think, well, okay, anytime someone's saying no, don't do that, you're gonna be like, okay, that's the hatred side, and now we gotta cancel that side. Well, they're just saying no to the yes. It's just left and right. You know what I mean? It's hard. It's hard there.
So bottom line is this: when these people get sued and or get in prison or this or that, if there's evidence and it's truly proven that you're guilty, you deserve jail time. This is why I'm on the fence about Andrew Tate. Like, I'm not saying that he's right and I'm not saying that he's wrong. If it's proven, you deserve jail time. I'm not gonna go out there be what judge, jury, and executioner. You know what I mean? I don't know what happened there. There are two sides to the story, and the truth is somewhere in the middle.
I think there's a hidden.
Huh?
I think there's a hidden clue in that story.
There's a hidden clue in that story.
Apparently,
just
there's
like every story.
Well, so you're talking
something
about
behind all
the
that.
Tate thing.
Yeah.
Apparently, from what Jay was talking about, that the arrest was ordered by the embassy of the what was it?
Armenia?
No,
What,
Right?
Romania?
What are you talking about? Say it again.
Tate.
What about him?
Who ordered the rest?
The order of the arrest.
So there are talks that United States and British embassy had a big influence on him actually getting arrested. And pretty much it was one of those things like, hey, you do this or, to the country. And there's also the other side. He's like top 10 richest person in entire Romania. And he was talking about leaving to Dubai. So if he's going to leave to Dubai, and that whole thing about Dan Bilzerian talking about that he inherited money from daddy, that's BS, because there's a lot of rich families that have $0 right now, $0 because they don't spend everything. They inherited millions and they spend all of that. And this been done and proven that third generation literally will 99% chance, 98% chance that third generation will waste all your money. There's a 60% chance that second generation, it means if you get rich and you give this money to your kids, there's a 60% chance they're going to lose this money. And if they don't, their kids will 98% chance that they will lose the money. I don't care if you inherit the money or not. You got to have two brain cells in your head to continue making this money. And Dan Bilzerian did take a lot of risks, whether it was through gambling, whether doing this, doing that, networking, doing this. He did take a lot of risks, and this is why he is where he is today. Is it luck?
He's
what
back
they
now,
say,
though. He's
scare
back
money,
on.
He's
He's
Scare
back on
money
Twitter.
doesn't make money.
Huh?
Scare money doesn't make money.
Nope.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I mean, what was not the Bloombergs, not the Medicis, because Medicis and Bloombergs, they still have their money because they're not poking the bear, right? But all the other ones, was it Bloomberg, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, one of these name families, like these people are dead broke. Their trusts have nothing in them. Nothing.
So now that you mentioned the Rockefeller, what do you think about the Illuminatis?
I don't believe that. I don't believe in that. I honestly no. That's just.
I think it's very hard to, we just
You-
talked about.
What color is your Bugatti?
Yeah, what color is your Bugatti?
It's hard. That's stupid. That's really stupid.
Hey, but then again, it's only the richest that believe in that shit. So it's like,
No,
the
so
fuck do
I don't.
Are they
bel-
trying to trick us? Like, what are they trying to hide with?
I don't believe in Illuminati. What I do believe in is that richest people get together and they have conversations. When these conversations happen, it's the same thing like United States and Turkey.
I know,
United
but
States does
it's
not
the
like
richest
Turkey.
that have the
United
the
States
money to
doesn't
back
ha-
it up.
United States doesn't like Turkey. However, we have an air base in Turkey. This is why we have to be with them cordial. This is what happens with rich people. They both, so two rich people, very rich people, get together and say, he's got money and I got money. So because we got money, we can do something and earn more money. So this is when they come up with a plan and they do it. There's no such thing as Illuminati this, Illuminati that. Soros is this, Soros is that. You know, or Warren Buffett is this, Warren Buffett is that. Soros, I don't know if you know the story of Soros. Basically what happened was, it was in Britain. So what he did, he borrowed 10 billion British pounds, converted them to Deutschmarks, right? By him borrowing 10 billion British pounds, he took that money out of the economy, right? British pounds went up in price. He converted them into Deutschmarks, but because he converted them to Deutschmarks, he flooded that money back into the economy for British pound. British pound tanked. He went back and bought 11 billion British pounds, returned his 10 borrowed, and kept a billion. That's what he did. And that's by being smart and understanding how economy and foreign exchange works. This is what he did.
All about the money.
That's the bottom line. Like, why do you think Venezuela is in a shit situation that it is? They have one of the biggest reserves of oil. Why are they in a crap situation?
I was going to try to say something, but I didn't want to get canceled.
Davos is where they meet.
No, that.
Scientology, baby.
Oh, stupid.
Bro, Davos is where they meet, man. Come on, man. They don't meet in Davos. You know where they meet? They meet somewhere in Switzerland in a cabin while they're skiing. This is where they meet, not in Davos. Davos is just for show. That's what Davos is. It's a theater. Nobody gives a shit about Davos. If I had money, do you think I would go to Davos to discuss something where somebody can hear it?
What irritates you?
Nothing really.
What's one of your pet peeves of the world? You just lie and suck shit.
I don't know. Nothing right now, I guess, that I can think of.
Eddie not waking up on time.
That shit irritates the shit out of me.
Yeah?
Getting here and him not being ready.
Or being on time to anywhere drives me nuts too. Like when somebody, you tell them, hey, listen, it's 8 o'clock and they're there like 8:30.
When do
9
you
o'clock,
ever get
bruh.
here and I'm not ready? You such a liar.
Fucking time.
What?
Am I right?
I don't know.
I don't
Bro.
know.
I'm
You
always
every
sleeping. I don't
time
even
you
wake
get
up when he's
to
getting
where
ready.
I'm at,
I wake
regardless
up
if
when he's
it's
like, "Bye, I'm
regardless
leaving,
if
give me
it's
a kiss."
here or Emily's house, I'm waiting for you. Whether maybe with my shoes off, put my shoes on and fucking walk out the door. Just because I'm not at the door like this, like at the bus stop, waiting for you with my stuff, it doesn't mean I'm not ready. Next time I won't be ready. I got you. I'll show you when not ready is.
Nah, bro. If you say, see, there's one thing in this world that you cannot buy. Do you know what it is?
Time.
Somebody's word. You cannot buy that. I don't care how much money you got. People are going to screw you over. Well, time is obviously, nobody can buy that, right? But someone's word, man. When you say you're going to be there at 8 o'clock, you better make sure you're there at 8 o'clock because your word is like your bond. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Tell him, listen, bro, I don't want to wake up at 8
Yeah.
o'clock, bro. Give me 8:30.
Word
I'll be
is
there at
bond.
I do tell him
8:30.
8:30.
That's a good. I heard
Randy
that.
tells him 8:30, and then he ends up actually coming to pick him up
Nine,
at like
and
9
he's
something.
still-
And he's still not ready.
No way. You're such a liar, bro. Oh my god.
It don't even matter.
Yeah, he's such a liar, bro. I can't believe he's lying like
Or
this.
sometimes Eddie calls him the night before to see what time he doesn't answer, and then he calls him at 8:30, and he's like, "You ready?" And Eddie's like, "What the fuck do you mean? Am I ready? I'm still sleeping."
That's when I'm not
I gotta
ready.
keep him on his toes, you know?
Yeah, fuck
Gotta
that.
Keep
keep
him
it
trained.
interesting.
I'm outside.
Gotta keep it interesting.
He's pulling a Pavlov on you. Hit that bracelet.
Yeah, stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that the other day, and I thought that was really cool. It's funny, I didn't understand what it meant. Word is bond.
You
A
can
lot
you
of
can
things
buy
in this
life.
world you can't. I mean, with enough money, you can buy anything. Literally.
Literally anything.
Except, you know.
Except somebody's word. You can even
well,
buy life.
Well, you,
You
can
can
buy
extend
people's
your
words.
life.
Maybe they're fake words, but you can still
Yeah.
buy their
Fake
words.
words.
Yeah, you can extend somebody's life. I mean, look at modern medicine.
With enough money, yeah.
With enough money, you can extend it.
Yeah.
You know? So, can you buy a couple
Speaking
extra
of
days?
money,
Of course
what
you
if
can.
you were to win the lottery
What about
Today?
it?
today
Today?
or
So,
tomorrow?
Bruh, I would not know what to do with that money. I don't want to. You know what? It would fix a lot of problems, but I don't want to.
desire the most?
Huh?
What's the thing you desire the most? Like you think about, like if I have money, I'll buy this. First thing.
I
Pay
got
off
everything I need.
everything that my parents have, like their
Pay off?
cars and whatever.
Yeah, but you don't desire that. You don't want to win
Yeah,
the
I
lottery so you
desire-
can pay people shit off. Obviously, that'd probably be
I
part
mean,
of
I
the
do
process.
desire. That's why my parents don't have to work anymore. I'm like, here you go, pay off all
For
your
you
shit.
though,
and you're
like
good.
for you, like car, piece of jewelry, a property,
I'm gonna be
a
real honest.
horse, a unicorn. Like,
The first thing I would probably do,
Get a unicorn.
one of my like, I've thought about a lot since I was a kid. I would take my dad to drive an F1 car to both of us. I'll find the. I don't care who it is.
man, you could buy it.
Exactly. You buy it. You right. We
You
got
can
the
buy
lottery
it,
money.
buy
We
it in
buy
the garage,
it,
and you can
and we
drive
buy
it.
the track too.
Bro, but honestly, yeah, you could do that. But then, do you tell me this? In 10 years from now, when you're a little more successful and making a little more money, you can do that? Of course you can.
Yeah.
You can still take him then. and
Bro.
do
Do
it.
whatever you want. To.
Bro, F1 car.
Yeah, F1 car.
That's hundreds of thousands of dollars. You're looking at
Millions of dollars.
He doesn't
for
have to
5
be the,
minutes.
He doesn't have
for
to be
5 minutes, hundreds of thousands of
The,
dollars.
he doesn't have to be the driver. They have the two-seater.
No, of course not.
They have the two-seater
He could never
Indy
be the
cars
driver.
that go
I
just
don't
as
want to get in
fast.
if I'm not.
I don't-
driving. Hell no.
Nah,
Randy trying to die.
bro, you would die. in one of those
I got a
things.
question. I got a
That'll be a
question.
good death.
Randy
It's
got
gonna be.
You get to
Randy got a
heaven. What
need
you
for
here for,
speed.
son? I crashed an F1 car.
I saw
You
this
get a
question.
special spot with all the guys.
You get the heaven entry of the.
What's the guy that?
What'd you die? What you here for?
What's the guy
Crashed
that
an
died?
F1 car.
Senna or the guy that raced with Senna? The
Ayrton Senna?
yeah, he died, right?
He died.
He died in the practice.
Crash, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, I heard this question. I'm going to ask you this question. Can you stop breathing for 3 minutes?
Breathing?
Yes.
You could.
Me personally, no.
Why not?
I can do about a minute 15 max.
One, I'm unhealthy, and two, I got asthma.
So I guess 3 minutes
Bronchitis.
is a long time, huh?
For not breathing, yeah. For other things, no.
Think about it. If you stop breathing for 3 minutes, you would die, right? Or
Well,
pass out at the very least.
Yeah, I might pass out, but I don't know about dying.
But if like somebody constricted your breathing for 3 minutes,
That's assault.
I think
That is.
I think that's even worse because if you're like trying, like let's say you're going under the water and purposely doing it, it's not as bad. But if somebody is constricting your breathing, you're like freaking out, and I feel like you're gonna.
so I
like,
guess it's a long time. Huh?
less.
3 minutes. 3 minutes is pretty long, huh?
Yeah. Okay. What are you?
Well, so
trying
next time you're gonna complain about any of these 3 minutes, just remember that's a very
Goodbye.
long time.
You're
Anyway,
stupid.
continue please about this Ayrton Senna.
Go. I would like to go that fast, man. Like the initial thought was like military fighter jet, but like that's too fast. I don't think my body could handle that. I think it'd pass
That's
out.
an extra couple G's.
Yeah,
I think
sure.
the Tesla was enough for me.
Bro, that shit was fast, man.
Doug,
That
this is
shit
Tesla.
was
Good enough.
fast.
Now see, this is what I'm talking about. Kevin,
Longer than that.
bro. We're talking about
Way longer than
her.
5
8, 10
minutes.
minutes.
Bro, listen. Look at Kevin. Kevin, we're talking about
Say my
her.
people
Thank
being
you.
bing?
See, my cousin is out here.
Yeah, but we're talking
You know.
about her, not about sea dwellers or other people that can hold it. We're talking about her in this situation.
I'm gonna
Example
start. I'm
is
gonna
her.
start practicing. I'm gonna go in the pool every
Jesus.
day and hold it until I can do it for 3 minutes, and then I'm
You're
like,
gonna walk
now
in the room
what?
one time.
We
and
all
everybody's
know there are
face is
people that
purple.
can breathe they can hold their breath for longer than that. We get it. You know, let me give you a Nobel Prize for letting us know that they can breathe for longer than 3 minutes.
Tell him, Jay, what color is your Bugatti?
Yeah, what color is your Bugatti, Kevin?
His is
And
pink.
Fernando? He said sea dwellers. Which one of us is a fucking sea dweller? I mean, I can be a little bit of a whale because I'm a little chubby around the waist. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, right?
I can
Whales
go
are
under, but
majestic
I
creatures.
scare off all the fish, man.
Huh?
I'm not. I
Randy's laughing because he's like, he sure does.
I hold up a lot of. I can't. I just hold too much air, bro. I have to do a lot of
Float
force.
right back up.
I have to lose
It's
a lot
not
of.
how long he holds it, it's the amount he holds.
Kevin said he'll gap you.
Gap me in what?
I'm
But
assuming car.
you can't with what? The van? The Z is going raga 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 right now, so
What's Gabriela's car? The Honda.
the CRV that's
He
that's
can-
got one piston that doesn't
he
do
can-
anything.
He can transform it like that one that we saw. Make a stick shift. Maybe you never know.
Good.
What would you buy
What
with the
color is
lottery?
yours?
That's what I'm saying.
What would you buy, man?
Right now,
You
right
probably
now,
run
bunch
out
of
of things
right
to
now,
buy.
now.
It's not what you buy. It's like
What
you,
am I not
it's
gonna
how
buy?
fast you run out of things to buy. Because
So-
you
You
can
buy a
literally buy it all,
Yeah. So
and you can literally spend it all. Like
So which most people
Within-
do. Which most people do.
They
Like
do, yeah.
I heard
Within
a story.
6 years.
I don't know which football player this was. His friend came up to him and said, "Listen, let's make big tomatoes, like huge tomatoes." Like, what do you mean? Let's make big, huge tomatoes? He goes, "Do you know how many tomatoes go into making a ketchup? If we make a tomato the size of a watermelon, less tomatoes we would need to use to make ketchup." The guy invested into this and went bankrupt. Right?
Who's
so
who would invest
Yeah,
into
bro.
that though?
well, the easy.
Big tomatoes.
Well, that's the whole thing. Easy money comes with slow problems, right? And I'm a strong believer in that. Easy money comes with slow problems, right? So in my case, what would I buy? I don't know. Can money fix a lot of things for me? But at this point, I would buy what I want, not what I need. You know what I mean? Because I have everything I
want
need.
it all.
I have everything I need. There's not a such a thing.
What would you buy,
I
Hunters?
want it all.
What would you
I
buy,
don't know.
Hunters?
I'm in
A
the same
boat,
boat.
a jet ski.
Yeah, I'm in the
a
same
dirt
boat.
bike.
Use your
I'm in the
question.
same boat, but a bigger boat.
So here's the thing that I have. If your net worth is $20 million and you consistently are able to produce on a monthly basis, unless you want to buy a huge yacht and it's plane, there's nothing in the world that you cannot do by making that kind of money.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about $100 million, $200 million, number one, you need to understand, in my opinion, you need to understand how to use this $100 million. Neither one of us sitting here would know what to do. Neither one of us would know what to do. I don't
waste
care.
it.
You don't even need to know who you need to contact, number one.
We'd waste that shit.
Easily.
flash.
5 years. I mean, there was a guy that
Not
wasted
even.
his money in 2 years. I think it was in Britain. He bought a bunch of cars for everyone, gave money to the family members, this and that. 2 years later, he has nothing.
They were
Nothing.
doing
There was another guy that was doing, what's the car thing when they smash each other?
Oh,
Like the-
insurance, like insurance fraud.
No, car derby.
Oh,
He bought a bunch of cars and
Bumper
like
cars.
gold jewelry and shit for his friends, and they were doing like car derby in his gigantic mansion that he bought with his money. And then he lost all his money within 5 years.
that dude from Family Feud. They were interviewing him the other day, and he was like, every time people ask me, why you buy all these expensive cars? Like, you have countless of like Bentleys, all the like the high end cars. He's like, well, if it all ends up today, I know for a fact
You get
I'm not
money
gonna be
out of that.
homeless.
Yeah.
And if I am, I'm gonna be sleeping in the back of a Bentley.
Yeah. No, that's true. Because if you think about it, right now, if you go buy a Lambo, right now prices of Lamborghinis are going down. For example, right? If you go buy a Lambo,
Well,
it's such a
For Lamborghini owners.
it's what's called a giffen good, right? Like it's one of those things that consistently keeps the price super high, right? Like it's not a necessity, it's a want, so they can charge you outrageous amounts of money for it. So if you buy a Lambo right now, you drive it for a year, and then you have a situation where the car is going to be priced more a year later. Like at that point, what are you really doing?
It's an investment.
You know, and if it's gonna cost less, then you just rented a Lamborghini for a year, right? And then you just sold it. You got a little bit of less money. But when you, let's say you're making, I don't know, you're making $1 million a month. That's a lot of fucking money. A lot of money. Not a lot of people in the United States or the world make that. That's a lot of money. But with $1 million, you cannot tell me that
You
you
gotta
need
work a month a
lottery
year.
money. Like $1 million is more than enough.
All you gotta do is work 1 month a year. That's it.
Even making, think about it this way. Even
you
making
work a
100
week a year.
No, bro, if you're making $1 million a month, you think you would
No
work
break.
only a week
No
a year?
break.
There's no way. At
No
that
breaks.
point, that's your life. Making money is a hobby at this point. There's no way you'll be able to sit here and stare at four walls. You'd go crazy. You done already bought everything you could buy on internet. The Amazon doesn't deliver to your house anymore. It's like, fuck this guy. He's ordering 95 things
we're-
5 minutes apart from each
We're
other.
actually,
You
we're
were
actually
ban- you've been
losing by
banned.
Yeah,
delivering
we're
free
losing-
for you.
yeah,
anymore.
bro.
You've been banned from Amazon.
What's his name?
You've
You've been canceled from Amazon.
Yeah, Mark Cuban, I think, from the Shark Tank.
yeah.
I think I forget how much it was, but American Airlines or United Airlines or something like that gave him a deal one time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He did, or 200,000, like something like that, unlimited miles. Come
Yeah.
on. So
He would go on flights. Not only, and it's not only for him.
Anywhere.
He would
Anywhere.
take people. He said he
Everywhere.
would take groups of people to
him
just
and
go
2 others,
places.
Yeah.
him and or 3 others, like however many of them in his like immediate family, and that would be something to get.
Can you imagine?
I don't-
The amount of best friends you would have when you won that money. Oh my God, they
That's
were
what
coming
I
out
was
of the
gonna ask.
woodwork, bro.
If you guys were to win the lotto, would you guys tell
You gotta
people
get
or,
you.
like tell your family.
You gotta
What I-
get you like 10 lawyers.
What I would do, I would try to open a business, some sort of a business, and try to employ my friends versus just giving them the
Hell
money.
no.
No, but I'm saying, would you tell them in
Hell
general?
no.
I'm not saying would you give them.
Don't put family and business together.
I'm not saying would you give them anything. I'm saying would you tell them? Because like Eddie's parents said that they would just tell us, "Oh, we're going on vacation," and then we're basically just
yeah, why
moving
not?
somewhere nobody will ever know. We won the lotto. We're living.
You're gonna
great.
you're gonna become an asshole at that point, whether you give them money or not. Because
Yeah.
if you don't give them money, you're an asshole. And if you give them money, you're not giving them
It's-
enough because you're a millionaire. You
No,
should be giving them hundreds of thousands of dollars.
No, at that point, you're the asshole that gave them the money.
But not exactly. So if you don't give it to them, yeah, you're an asshole because you're greedy.
Yeah,
But if you give
you're
it to them,
damned if you do.
then you don't.
damned
You
if
didn't give
give
them
them
enough.
enough. Yeah.
So no, at that point, as I said, the best way is like, hey, this money I'm investing into a business. You want some of it? Come work. I'm gonna pay you good, competitive salary. I'm gonna pay you more.
I just
Come
like
and
to
work.
win the lottery, so at least I have the experience.
Yes, and so then we could be like, what are we really gonna do?
Just buy a scratch
I'll
off
be a
ticket.
nice asshole.
Just buy a
Nice
scratch off
asshole.
ticket.
The best asshole in the world, I'll be.
Buy a scratch off ticket. Get your dollar and then close your eyes and imagine all the zeros next to it, and that's it. Done.
And then open your eyes to reality.
To go to work the next day.
Well, it's crying you on a
not,
bicycle.
not even experience you're gonna gain from that scratch.
Yeah. But anyway, so I think it is what it is. But coming back to the cancel culture, I think cancel culture is wrong.
It's all about favoritism, I think.
Yes, it's all about the agenda. What's hot right now?
If they know the people that are not liking or they're hating or they're against whatever post, it's not gonna benefit them. Yeah, they're gonna cancel. If they know that whoever they're trying to have canceled
Fernando
or
would buy
reported,
himself some boobs. That's what Fernando would do.
He would buy himself some boobs. You know, Steve-O's gonna get implants.
He's gonna get an implant. Yeah.
I don't know what Fernando. Fernando's missing a lot more than nipples there. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is, with the cancel
if
culture,
it benefits them, they keep it. If it doesn't, they remove it.
because people
they run the show at that point. It's their platform.
I've gotten accounts like not fully banned, but I would like my Facebook would be blocked for a few days because they're checking
Somebody
what I
re-
posted, and
somebody
I barely
reported
even
you.
go on Facebook. I'm going now sharing the podcast and sharing my
It doesn't get
Instagram and stuff,
suspended just because they notice you.
No,
posted
yeah,
something.
somebody
It's-
reported it, and I'm
somebody
saying
reports you.
sometimes
When
I
it
don't
gets
even
suspended,
go
some-
on
someone
Facebook.
Bro,
reports
So
actually
I'm
makes
like,
like when we first
no
started
reason.
posting for the business, oh, you're someone reported you,
bunch of
oh
people
yeah, I
hating,
remember
yeah.
that. Yeah.
and I was like, what? You just hated?
But that's what I was getting when I first said here. I was like, is it fair though? Because you posted something, he doesn't like it, but she doesn't mind. She doesn't mind. He minds, but it's like
well,
the
no,
majority
because
of people
haters
don't
will
mind.
sit there and scroll through Facebook's advertising, go dumbass games, not bat a fucking eye, but then they'll go and scroll. Oh, she's posting way too much for her business, bro. If you're not gonna buy it, at least share. If you're not gonna buy it, at least tell people, word of mouth. Like she's trying to
Doesn't
make
cost
something
you
out of
anything.
it.
You know what I?
You know what
Nobody says
happened
you
to
need
me?
to use it.
My bad. You know what happened to me one time? I post on Craigslist a lot for work, and someone texted me one time, "Why are you posting so much? You cluttering the feed."
Oh
Cluttering the
no.
feed.
I'm paying for the ads.
Oh,
Like it's
no.
$5 an ad. So I didn't answer back or anything. But inside my head, I was like, why are you even wasting time when you could be posting as much or more than me? You know what I mean? So it's like, how much are you gaining by you wasting your time, texting me,
Yeah.
telling me why I'm posting so much? Don't waste your time.
You moved to Colombia? As a matter of fact, today I saw there was a list of 10 countries that are cheapest to live in, and Colombia was the cheapest one. There was one Ecuador, Spain,
Salvador.
Ecuador, El Salvador,
I saw that. Yeah.
Portugal, Colombia, and there are a couple of other countries that are super cheap to live in.
All right.
All
Looks
Costa
like we-
Rica's pretty cheap.
Looks like we hit the 2-hour mark, so we're gonna wrap it up.
right, boys and girls.
Rap.
It's been 2 hours. Good seeing you again. Episode 7. We
Have
got a
a
little bit of a
have a
craziness
good
going
night.
on today.
couple different guests
Well,
pop in.
that's why we have a Ghetto Rig podcast, right?
Alright, see ya, y'all. Y'all ever seen the moon inside?
Bye.
All right, guys. Well, again, subscribe, like the damn video.
That's going on the thumbnail.
Share the damn video.
The things we that it's going on the thumbnail. The things we
Hit
talked about
subscribe.
and Rodolfo's ass. It's gonna be a clickbait.
No, subscribe, Share the damn video. Let your cousins know, your neighbor know, your neighbors' neighbors know. Just do it, bro. We can
Hit
keep
the bell
coming
so
back,
you're
upgrading
notified
the
when we're
studio for
live.
you.
Yeah,
Talk
turn
nonsense
the bell on.
where Eddie gets smacked. You know what I mean? You get
I'm
to talk
waiting
shit
on my
about me.
50. The angel.
Like the damn video.
All right, so we're done.
Yeah, we're done. All right, guys.